Scientists in Trinidad and Tobago believe they can build a rocket to go to the sun. Scientists in the United States said it is impossible that a rocket cannot go to the sun, it will be melted. The scientists of Trinidad and Tobago said they are not going in the day, they are going in the night.
I don't even want to work right now. Like, I'm going to go fucking spaz out the fucking podcast.
Yes, this is your new job. This is what your life has become.
And then Tina was trying to like talk me off the ledge because I was just like
absolutely
I'm sitting there venting to her on the phone, and I'm just like, I'm not even mad anymore. I'm just like, I'm scared that I'm gonna lose my job. That was a very awkward entrance.
That was the fattest fucking retard. Yeah, I was gonna say, it was like, you really are fucking Ricky Berwick.
What do you put this like? It's like the table at fucking Longhorn Steakhouse, and you're like,
no, I don't have that problem.
Yeah, I do.
I know you do.
Or no, I was at Red Robin the other day, and I was like, I got the fucking skinny person side. Like, and I tried to move it, and it was like caulked to the wall, and it just like peeled off the wall.
Nice.
My back gut knocked the table off the wall. Are you looking at my gut for? Let me get 10 cheeseburgers. But yeah, I was venting to Tina about the whole thing. I'm gonna get into. I was just like, I'm not really mad anymore. I'm just like scared that I'm gonna lose my fucking job. And she's like, yeah, just stop. Like you're still talking about it. Like just let it go. Like don't even. I was like, actually,
you don't
I'm gonna
understand.
go record. I said, actually, I'm gonna go record the podcast right now and probably talk about it for like 30 minutes. So I'm gonna get re-mad all over again. She's
exactly.
like, all right, that's great. Like it's really fucking.
I can't wait to poke the bear on this one.
There's no really poking the bear, and it's. I don't think for someone who doesn't do DoorDash or a gig work, it's hard to comprehend how, I don't know, like it's just like getting fired for something that you didn't even do wrong, basically. Like it's just like, and how little recourse there is with like a gig work app. Like I've been trying to get my DoorDash back, my Grubhub back for 2 years, and you can't even get a hold of anyone. So like,
what do you mean?
I got fired off Grubhub for canceling too many orders because they were sending me to Boardwalk stores in fucking January, and I would cancel and say it was closed, and they fired me for canceling too many orders. I can't get my job back. And Grubhub, you get maybe 2 orders a day, but they're like $20 bangers of just like going to Wawa and drop food off 2 miles away for $20. Like that's a fucking banger. But I don't have Grubhub anymore for that reason. It's like DoorDash is my bread and butter, and if I get fired from that, like. Even though I didn't do anything wrong, and if I could get to an English-speaking person somewhere on some phone line or something, I could probably talk my way.
Is this the person was Hispanic or the customer support?
The workers at Wendys were Hispanic. The customer support agent sounded like a fucking Dell tech support agent.
Or like Indian?
Yeah, like brown.
Okay.
They're located in India. I didn't even talk to anyone on the phone. It was via text, and I could just tell by the typing.
They wanted you to send Bob's.
I'm like, they gave me the wrong food, and I'm going to be late because I had to go back to the restaurant. Like, I don't want a lateness strike because I already have one for some shit that happened a week ago. It's not a big deal. Those come off. Lateness isn't the end of the world. You can get like 5 of those without getting fired. But I just was like trying to cover my bases. Like, hey, I didn't do anything wrong. I don't want to be punished here. And they're like, ask customer to call support. And I'm like, the customer doesn't need to call support. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, they didn't. I sent this whole thing, and they didn't. What they said back
start at the beginning.
Had nothing to do with anything.
Okay, so you were at Wendys.
I'm at work. I'm chilling. I'm fucking eating my lunch at Wawa. Just got gas, minding my business. Got some little buffalo chicken bites from the front. How you doing? Not very keto. I don't give a fuck. And some of those egg rolls at the front. I'm eating fucking microwave food. From
yes, I understand.
It's garbage. So I'm sitting there. I'm eating my garbage food. I get this nice order. It's 2 orders from Wendys on DoorDash for $13.50. And it's both in Summers Point, so it's a pretty good deal, pretty close by. Wendys is jamming. The drive-thru's out the parking lot, but you can go inside, and they have this little convenient shelf for delivery services, and you go in and you fucking grab your order off the shelf. If it's not there, you stand there and you wait until they fucking put the order on the shelf, and you leave. Well, I go in. There's the one order. It's like this chick got a salad. It's already there with the drink waiting to go, and I'm like, all right, cool. I'm just waiting for the next one. And she walks over and just like hands it to me, assuming it's mine. It was supposed to go to this person named, I don't even want to say, it started with a J, and she gave me Christopher. So I didn't.
Wait, I thought you said the names like sounded similar or something.
This was the second one they gave me.
Oh, okay.
That was the second one they gave me wrong.
Okay.
So the first one, it wasn't even close. So I didn't even look at it. She like handed me the order. I didn't know. Like I'm just like the way it went down. Like, I just assumed it was my order. It's my fault there. I should have looked at the receipt and made sure it was the right name. But she, like, handed it to me, and, like, so, like, sometimes if you're, like, the only order, like, they know, they won't even confirm the name. They'll just say, are you the DoorDash type thing? So it's, like, it's not always the thing where you're, like, saying, like, oh, I have Steve's order. Like, sometimes they'll just be like, DoorDash, and you're like, yep, and they just hand you it.
Okay.
So it was a little bit of negligence on my part there. I can admit fault. So, anyway, I have 2 orders. One is literally like 3 blocks away from the Wendys. Okay, no big deal. I get there, and the other one's about 5 minutes away.
Okay.
Down by like the Parkway exit, down that way. So I get the first one. I go there. I get to the guy's house, and I'm about to go put it on his porch. It's not that exciting. You get fast food, you put it on a porch, you take a picture of it, you leave. That's my fucking job. I'm going to do this. I do this 100 times a day. And I look down, and I'm like, this doesn't say Jay, it says Christopher. Like, what the fuck? And like, Jay got chicken sandwiches, Christopher got cheeseburgers. Like, definitely the wrong order. But again, I'm only 3 blocks away. Part of me said, which I kind of wish I did now, fuck it, not my problem. Put it on the porch. Let this guy call support and deal with it.
So play the devil's advocate. If you did that, though, would that have resulted in a strike?
No.
Oh, okay. So it would have just been
not
like...
my fault. Restaurant gave the wrong order, and I would say, hey, call support. They'll have someone send out another order.
Okay.
Wouldn't be in no danger. But I'm close by. I didn't look at the times, because you only have a certain time window to get the food there. And if you go 10 minutes past that, strike. So I was way closer on time than I should have been. This order, say, needed to be dropped off to this guy at 12:30. That really means I have till 12:39. Well, it's now 12:36. I have to go back to Wendy's and back to him.
Right.
So I'm like, maybe I can just run in and they'll have the other one ready and I can just grab it. So I'm like, I'm just going to try. Speaking of the fucking devil. Sorry if this goes off. Like, if I end my shift, I can't get back on. So, like, I'm not going to accept it, but I should have to fucking decline the orders. Because if you end your shift, it's like you have to schedule in advance. It's a scam. Like, it's not like DoorDash. All the other apps you can go on whenever you want. DoorDash, if you're not what they consider a top dasher, which is like you have to meet these insane requirements. You have to take like 80% of orders, which is unfeasible because they send you constant bullshit orders. Like, I do what's called cherry picking. You just take
the big ones,
the best, not the big ones, but like the ones that are paying at least $1 a mile. Because no tip ones come in all the time. It's like 10 miles, $2.75. That's no tip at all. Like, I don't take those. Anyway, so DoorDash, if I mute this or end this, and like say I mute this, and like 3 orders come up and I don't even acknowledge my phone, then it'll just end my dash.
Okay.
So then I lose my shift, which I'm going to work later type shit. So if that goes off, I'm sorry. Anyway, so I'm going to most likely get a second lateness strike by going back to the Wendy's and doing the right thing and giving the customer the right food, which part of me wanted to say, fuck it, not my problem. Like, but I don't know. It's just one of those things. You no good deed goes unpunished type shit. Because normally I wouldn't do this. Normally I'd just be like, not my fucking problem. Like, you know what I mean? Especially if it was further away. Like, if I drove to Ocean City and it's the wrong bag, like, that's getting left on the porch and a fucking picture and I'm dipping. Like, I'm getting paid. Like, fuck it.
Okay.
But, so I go back. I'm going to be late. So now I'm thinking on my feet here. I'm panicking in the store. I'm like already kind of like on edge. And I'm just like, it's so close to the store that it's letting me mark it as delivered from where I'm standing in the store.
Okay.
It's that close. It's like, are you sure you're at the right address? And there's a little bypass thing where you're like, yeah, I'm sure. So it knows I'm not there, but it's like, I'm in the ballpark here.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, cool. So I messaged the guy. Super sus. If a fucking delivery driver messaged me this, I'd be like, what the fuck? I was like, hey man, they gave me the wrong food. I went back to get the right food. Like, I was just at your house, but I don't want to receive a lateness strike. And now this order is going to be late. So I'm like, I'm just going to mark it as delivered on the app, and then I'll bring you your food as soon as they bring it out. Sus, right? Wouldn't you be like, this guy's stealing my food?
No, I would probably be like, this guy's got some problems.
Bullshit up his sleeve or something.
Just problems, and I just would cancel it right on the spot.
And he was like, all right, it's cool, bro, or whatever. And so I'm like, this guy was super chill, super fucking understanding. So it allowed me to mark his as delivered. So I'm like, all right, we're cool. Well, this was a double order. So now the girl who got the salad, her food's still in my car while I'm waiting for this first order. And now the time on hers is coming up where it's like, now this one's going to be late too. Like, what the fuck? So I messaged her and I lied to her and I said, hey, they gave me the wrong order.
Yeah.
It wasn't a lie. It was like they gave me customer A's wrong order, but I just told customer B, hey, they gave me, I told them the same story.
Right.
They gave me the wrong order and they're like, they're not wanting to give me the right order. Like I'm getting your food, but I'm going to be late. So I'm just like, I'm marking it delivered now, but I will be there like as soon as possible. So both these people were they both via chat back were like, oh, it's totally cool. Like take your time or whatever. I'm like, thank God they were like not boomers. They were our age. The one was a tattoo shop, so they were like, fuck Wendys, bro. Like, they were, like, super cool fucking people, you know what I mean? And the other guy was a stoner. He was like, I'm stoned right now. I'm in no rush. I'm like, me too, dog. So both customers, I lucked out. Because if I would have got some fucking Karen who would have been like, this guy's trying to scam me, and, like, reported me, and then I'm immediately fired. Like, basically how this shit goes down. So I lucked out with how chill both people were. So I messaged both of them. I commit fraud. I say that it allowed me to deliver the other person's food. I just had to hit something where it's like, it goes, you're not at the right location. And it's like, customer asked me to deliver it here. So I'm like, yeah, the customer asked me to deliver it to Wendys. I was just like, yep, they asked me to deliver it here. And it allowed me to bypass everything and mark it as delivered. So now I've lied. Long story short,
This is so long.
Someone might get it. Someone who's ever done DoorDash might get it. I've marked both of these delivered without delivering anything, and that's immediate. You're fired. Like, you're fired.
Okay.
And if these I took a huge chance because if these people were like any bit suspicious or anything, and they reported me while this is happening, like, I'm fired. Like, there's no, like, if you get reported for like, if they were to say, so this happens to people all the time where customers scam, where they say, I didn't get my food. So there's two different types of deliveries. There's fuck you, you fucking cocksucker. I'm sitting here trying to. You're talking to me like the fucking Wendy's manager, you piece of shit.
This is
fucking,
like, I'm just so lost. I know you're.
What are you lost about? Like,
it's just like, okay, so from the
I'm lost every fucking time you talk on here. You give me 10 fucking ear beatings about fucking
this
nothing.
Is like, okay,
so,
but
yeah, my fucking turn, cocksucker.
I understand, but like that's what
I'm trying to make.
This
paint
is
the picture. Like,
but like, okay, so like,
the scam is there's two types of orders. The scam is normally there's leave at door. You have to take a picture of it.
Okay.
They put in. There's only two options for this: hand it to me or leave at my door.
Okay.
They put hand it to me, and then in the special instructions they put leave at door.
Okay.
So, okay, the unsuspecting worker just leaves it at the door. There's no picture on the app because it doesn't prompt the worker to do this.
Okay.
And then the customer says, hey, I never got anything.
Okay.
And
so
now this dasher gets fired.
But they didn't do that, did they?
No, but people get fired for that, where they delivered the food and customers scam them.
No.
So I'm saying...
Here's where I'm confused. No, just hold on one sec. Did either of them report you, though? Or do you not know?
No, neither.
Okay.
I talked to both of them after the fact, but in the moment while I'm at Wendy's,
okay,
I'm panicking because I've marked these both as delivered. Haven't talked to either of these people in person yet. I don't know if they're cool yet.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm sitting here bugging out. And in the situation where nothing weird happened, the DoorDasher picked up the food, dropped it off, left.
Okay, you're
fired.
You're referring to not yourself. You're saying
No,
in a fictitious.
This isn't fictitious.
No, but I mean like a situation that's not the one that's going on right now.
I'm saying we're in situations where everything went right.
Okay.
They dropped off the food. The customer said, hand it to me, but they said leave it at the door. So it's like, I'll just leave it at the door. I don't want to bother them. There's people get fired for that. But what I'm doing was directly lying.
But this didn't happen to you, right? Nobody reported or nobody said that.
No, no one's reported me that I know of.
Okay, that's where I'm confused because
I don't know yet. This happened 30 minutes ago, so I'm still a little fucking.
Wait, so nothing? So you're just worried that somebody's going to say that their food didn't show up, and then you have no
I'm
recourse.
not even. My main worry. So I'm explaining in the moment how I was feeling. I was very worried about the customers at the time. While I'm still at Wendy's, nothing's been resolved yet. So I'm literally texting people I don't know, being like, hey, I'm going to say your shit's delivered, even though I didn't give you shit yet. So if they are sus or they like, all of this is in the background while I'm staying there. If they're thinking like I'm being weird and they report me, I'm fired. Because I'm marking it as delivered and I didn't deliver it. So if they say, all they have to do is hit a button saying, I didn't get my food, and like, I'm fired. Like Like it's just like that simple. So I like messaged them directly and was like trying to be cool, but like it sounds so whack to be like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm marking this delivered, but like I don't want to get a lateness strike.
So like you're just like you're all over the place, but I understand why you're all over the place. You're trying to explain the app, but like also explain the situational context to which. That is why you're paranoid about
scenarios
this.
Where people drop the food and they still get fired. So it's like my scenario, I didn't drop any food.
But okay, so like, but you're missing like major points of the story that you introduced. Where I'm like, I don't. Okay, so what's with the Mexicans not understanding, and then what's with customer support not understanding? Okay,
we're still in Wendys here.
Okay,
I reach out to both customers. I'm able to mark both as delivered. So now I'm not as worried about the customers anymore. They're cool. So now I say to the cashier. She already saw this whole transaction go down. This is after coming back with the wrong order. I put the wrong order on the shelf, back on the shelf, and there's a guy standing there, some old guy. I thought he was waiting for food. He didn't look like a DoorDasher, and he's like, "Did you just put that there?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Like, what the fuck? And he goes and looks at it. It was his order. He was a dasher. I didn't know. I was like, "I'm sorry, man. Like, I took the wrong order. Like, that's my bad." He was like, "Oh, it's cool." Like, he told the work. We talked to the worker, told him like, that was his order. I'm gonna wait on my order. I grabbed the wrong one.
Yeah.
Everything was all kosher at this point.
Okay,
I'm just like, I'm worried about being late, so that's why I had to mark it as delivered, and that's what really fucks you because once you do that, you can't go back. You can't like I didn't actually deliver this, and then support isn't answering me or helping me, and I'm just like, I'm gonna get fired right now. This is one of those things where people get fired for dumb shit like this.
And how do you know that people get like through your
YouTube? There's tons of people. Shout out to Pedro DoorDash Santiago. He's got like 60K subs. Nug's got like 50 or 60K. There's other smaller dudes. This guy Torp. But yeah, different. There's tons of DoorDash YouTubers, and there's tons of different anecdotal evidence of people being fired in that scam where someone says, "I didn't get my order," and they did. Okay. Where this is, I'm the scammer. I'm saying you got your order and you didn't. Like, I'm dead to rights here. Now, I'm still at the fucking Wendy's. Customers are clear. The cashier, the other guy comes and gets his right order. He's happy as a clam. Then they give me, so the name, I'm just going to fucking say it. No one's watching this. The name was Jaden O. Jaden O. All right? The Spanish name of the second order she gave me was Yekel O.
What's Yekel?
Yeicol with an accent, and then the last name O. Okay. You get the first name and the last initial on an order.
Okay.
So I said Jaden O, and she went Yekel O, and I'm like, this bitch could barely speak English. She's cool. The cashier's cool. I'm not faulting her or anything.
But she doesn't.
She couldn't speak English, so in my mind, I didn't want to be like, did you say Jaden? Like, I didn't want to be like a cocksucker about her English. So I'm just, what are the odds that's like the same last initial, same Jaden, Yadel, fucking whatever the fuck.
24, I
guess. Like, what the fuck? So she hands me that, Yekel O, and I'm like, I didn't even look at it. It was another situation where she hands it to me with confidence, and I'm like, cool. Like, we're good. I'm going to be on time or whatever. Like, everything's all good. And then this like fat dude with his one eye is like pointing outward. He's like, "Excuse me, sir, is that Yekel?" And I'm like, I didn't even look at the bag yet. I thought it was Jaden. I looked down and I'm like, fuck, it's fucking Yekel. I have the wrong order again. I hadn't left yet, but like, so this fat fucking weird dude with his wonky eyes, he's like, "That's my order." He started getting like aggressive with me. I'm like, "Here, man, like, I'm sorry. I'm not, they've given me the wrong order twice now. I'm not trying to steal other workers' orders. Like, I want us all to get our orders and get our money and get the fuck out of here." Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not, here you go, bro. Sorry. Like, he was starting to give me shit. Now I'm like crab swirling at this point. I'm like, "You've given me the wrong fucking order twice. I'm going to get fired for being late." Like, now I'm in a fucking 10, but I'm not cursing. I'm like, Jaden O, DoorDash, Jaden O. And she's like, the lady's like, "Oh, someone already grabbed that." And I'm like, well, this is on my phone. Like, Jaden O, they didn't get their food yet. It wouldn't be on my phone if they didn't, like, you know what I mean? Now, I've had it happen before where I come in for an order and they're like, "Someone already picked that up." And I just unassign. I don't even want to be bothered with it. But because I already marked it as delivered, I can't do anything. I can't even see the screen anymore. Like, I can't do anything at this point. So like, I have one option. It's deliver the food so the customer doesn't mark me as fraud.
No, you have another option. Ask them to remake it and just text the customer.
I did. This is what I did. Yeah. That's what I just explained a minute ago. I text the customer, "Hey man, they gave me the wrong food. It's going to be late. So I'm marking it as delivered so I don't get the lateness penalty, blah, blah, blah." He was like, "No worries, bro. Thanks for going back and getting the right order." They refused to give me the order. No,
but I mean, like, why can't you just say, "Hey, start a new order with the same thing," and then pay for it out of pocket?
I said.
Oh, you did?
I said that, but I'm not paying. Why am I going to pay $15 for someone's order that was not my mistake?
To not get fired.
I said that. I was in the beginning. I was like, I'll pay for it versus losing my job.
Yeah.
But the lady was such a smug fucking cocksucker throughout the entire exchange. She's like, the cashier, she was like, I'm just gonna get my manager. She's like, no Inglés, fuck you, cocksucker. She brings out the Spanish manager who's like was born here, but she's like cool with amigas, so she's like on their side, even though like we're all on the same side. We're all fucking peasants here. Like, what the fuck? Why are we beefing right now? But the lady comes out and she's already like, fuck you to me, like dispositionally, like, you know what I mean? She wants nothing to do. She's like, sorry, it was already taken, sir. Like, someone already took that order. And I'm like, you don't understand. I marked as delivered. I went to the customer's house already. Like, if the customer doesn't get the food, I get fired. She's like, well, you should have checked the bag. Blah, blah. I'm like, they gave me the wrong bag twice. I said Jaden O. She gave me Yekel O. She confirmed. We looked at each other. Like, you know what I mean? She gave me the wrong order. It's fine. It's not a big deal. I just want the order. Like, it's 2 chicken sandwiches and medium fry. Like, blah, blah. And I was like, I'll fucking pay for it. Like, I didn't say fucking. I didn't curse at anything yet. I'm like, I'll pay for it versus lose my job. And, like, she's coming around where she's starting to be, like, kind of nice to me, acting like she's just going to squash it. She's on the register, like, and she's like, medium fry, whatever. And I think she's just going to remake the order. And she goes, you know what? Actually, let's split it. $7.79. And that just like the fact that
There's
Wendys
a discount.
Why am I fucking paying for someone's fucking order?
To save your job.
Fuck you. And fuck them. Why? I'm making $20 fucking an hour on a great day. Why the fuck am I paying $7.89 for food that I didn't fuck up? Why the fuck should I have to pay anything? And yes, I can afford it, but a normal fucking DoorDasher is making fucking peanuts. Why the fuck would I pay for fucking anything? It's a fucking mega corporation. It's
the cost
$1
of the
billion
game,
corporation. Give me the fucking sandwich. Why the fuck would I have to pay anything? And that's what I said to them. And then I walked out.
Okay.
That was legitimate, my reaction. I fucking snapped in the fucking Wendy's full of old geezers trying to get their fucking senior discount lunch. Because, all right, I'm wrong again. I shouldn't have offered to pay for it in the beginning. But then when she was like, she was acting like she was going to give it to me. And then she was like, actually, no, let's split it. And I'm like, this is $1 billion corporation, and you want the guy who's made $17 an hour today to pay?
Yeah, the Burger King Corporation is, but that's a franchise. That means
Wendys.
that they have Wendys, whatever. They have to answer to.
They make
their
millions
franchise.
of dollars a year.
Yeah, I understand, but they have to answer to the franchise owner, and the franchise owner isn't like some fucking bigwig. It's like some fucking Armenian guy with
Give me
bling.
the fucking sandwiches. I'm not paying for it.
I'm telling you how it is. That's I'm not on their side. I'm on your side. I'm just saying.
So
will you take it? One thing. When I was a delivery driver, remember when I had to go deliver to the Econo Lodge and I would always get burned for tips? Half the fucking time they'd be short. So I'd be eating that cost. I'm just saying it's a
this
part.
This is different. It's digital. Everything's up front.
I understand.
This isn't delivering for fucking.
I understand, but it's part of the game, man. It's a delivery thing where, like, dude, sometimes you get burned. It's just a thing.
In a perfect world, if I had not lost my cool, I should have just paid for it, taken the L, and moved on with my day. But you weren't there. You don't understand this woman's disposition towards me.
Absolutely cunty.
Fucking complete bitch. And I was being nice and just concise, and I'm just trying to explain the situation quickly because the clock is fucking ticking here, and I've been standing here for like 15 minutes now. I'm gonna get fired.
Yeah.
Like this is my main job. Like I'm bugging out, but I'm not being rude or anything. I'm just like, they gave me the wrong order, but I'm going down the story again, and she's just like, oh, I'm sorry, sir. Like, just literally, like, laughing at me. And that's when, like, then when she was ringing it up and, like, she didn't say, like, I'm going to give this to you, but, like, her whole, like,
demeanor.
Yeah, she was, like, being cool, and she's like, oh, I'm sorry, whatever. And then she asked me to pay, and I was just like, are you out of your fucking mind? Like, I should report them to DoorDash, but
I think of it like a Bronx Tale, man. It's like it would have been $8 to just not like it would have been $8 for that to never
Fuck
have.
that.
I'm just saying. It's like I'm on your side. I don't agree.
You don't sound like it.
I'm trying to make you contextualize it though, because when you're mad like this, I know exactly what it's like. Because you're the guy on the motorcycle. It's like I would have just blown by you. That's the logical fucking thing, right? Like it's like you would have just done the thing that should have like made the most sense. But no, it's like this lady was needling you. Unnecessarily.
She knew I was panicking, and then when I said I'll pay for it, that's when she like she knew I was like,
and she's just making up the fucking like cost of fucking thing, but like at the same fucking time, all I'm saying is like the logical thing would have just, like you said, just been like, fuck you, carry on, move on, go punch the steering wheel a few times and been like, fuck that cunt, but it's $8, you don't have to think about it no more, and you still got your job. Like, that's all, and you still do got your job. Like, even
no, but the thing is now, all right, so
just go get a job as a delivery driver somewhere.
No, I don't. The thing about gig work is the freedom. You can work whenever the fuck you want. Like, okay. I know you said you have to schedule DoorDash, but like I don't ever schedule, and I still get on every day type shit.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? It is the autonomy, the freedom. Like, I don't like a fucking W-2. I like the freedom of gig work.
Have you ever looked into legal wheels?
No, but I'm gonna wrap this whole thing up with a fucking neat bow, and then we can move on. But
okay,
yeah, I should have. At the end of the day, I should have just paid the money and kept my composure, because now, even though I'm probably 99% good with both customers, the Wendys can report you to DoorDash, and I can get fired for cursing them out. So now I'm in danger of getting fired for fraud, for marking the... I know fraud is like, it sounds like a
very scary
word,
official term, but it's like...
that's what they call it when they send you the email.
Well, because it is like technically like a transaction, so it's
I'm not
fraudulent.
going to jail for fraud, but like it's grounds for immediate deactivation. So I'm fucked on the customer side, and if the Wendys decides to report me to DoorDash, I'm immediately fired for being rude to staff. So I'm like double dipping on firing offenses in one $13 order in a matter of like, this all happened within 30 minutes. And it was just like, things were just getting worse sequentially. Like, it was like, when I realized this happened, then it was like, oh, I already marked this as delivered. Like, I can't go back now. And now it's just like, well, what do I do now? So I'm like thinking on my feet throughout this whole thing. And then like, I get the manager out, whatever. She's kind of a cunt, then she's cool, and like, they're putting the order together. And then she asked me to pay for it, like, as they're finishing the order up. And I was like, what?
I understand. I understand.
In a perfect world, like, with no temper, I just pay for it. I leave. I deliver the food. I delivered the guy's food 2 blocks for free. It would have been a wash, basically. Yeah, but I never snap on any. This is the first time this ever happened to me. As far as snapping out on workers, I've worked at like, not fast food, but like a shitty fucking seafood shack, like you do. I've worked shitty service jobs. Like, I'm not trying to give the fucking 9 to 5 like minimum wage guy a hard time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that they're always like, oh, sorry, we're still working on it. I'm like, it's all good, man. Like, take your time. Like, no rush. Like, I'm always super cool to the workers, and they just were like being super cunty to me over things like, they're like, well, why'd you mark it as delivered if you didn't deliver it? And like, they were being so like condescending and like swarmy, smug fucking cocksuckers that they just got me to that point. And she knew that I thought that she was giving it to me for free. And as they're like putting the stickers on the bag, she's like, oh, that'll be $7.79. And I was like, why the fuck would I pay you anything? And I literally said like 10 F-bombs. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You give me the wrong fucking order 2 fucking times. Fuck you. I'm not fucking doing this. Go fuck yourself. I just walk out. And I'm like, and now I'm outside and I'm like, what am I going to do? Like, I can't go back in and be like, hey, can you guys please actually make those chicken sandwiches? Like, I do need to deliver them. So now I'm just like, now I'm definitely fired. Now I'm trying to call support. But because I already completed the order, I can't even call support. Like, there's no help button or anything.
Here's what you're going to do. And we can cut this out if you'd like to. I'm going to leave it anyway. But, okay, so what you're going to say, you're going to talk to the guy who... Did you deliver the salad, though? You delivered the other chick's thing?
I already met... Yeah, so we didn't get... You're not... So... Where the fuck was I? Keep fucking...
You keep getting yourself off track here.
Just said...
No. Okay, so like what you're gonna do is like, did the chick get the second order, the Christina chick, or the salad or whatever?
So I snap out on the fucking workers.
Right.
I go outside. I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Now I'm thinking on my feet. So I go to this guy's house and knock on his door.
Okay.
Like, just didn't know what else to do, but I didn't want him to report me. So I was just like, knock on the door, and I'm like, you don't talk to people when you DoorDash. 9 out of 10 times you just leave it on the porch and leave. So it's kind of weird. Right? I just knock on the door like, hey, maybe I have your food, but I don't got shit. So I knock on the door. I'm like, hey man, did you get your order? You didn't get your order, did you? And he's like, no, I didn't get anything. I'm like, yeah, well, they say someone already picked it up and delivered it, and they're refusing to give me the order. And I was like, I already marked it as delivered because I was going to be late because they gave me the wrong order first. He was like, yeah, I saw you pull up and then leave. I'm like, yeah, they fucking gave me the wrong order. So like, I was just trying to do the right thing. But I was like, now, if you report that you didn't get your food and I already marked it as delivered, or whatever, I'm fired. Like, I was like, I'm going to get fired. I was like, this is my main job. Like, I'm just like, I'm not trying to be weird. Like, I'm like, they gave me the wrong order and then they're refusing to give me the right order. And like, I don't know what to do now. And I'm like, I'm scared I'm going to get fired from my job. And he was our age. He was stoned. He was cool. He was a bro. Like, he was a fucking bro. He said that. I didn't think he was stoned at all, but like at the end he was like, I'm fucking stoned, bro. I'm in no rush. I was like, yeah, me too. I'm fucking scared right now, bro. I need a hug. But fucking weirdo. But no, I'm just saying, I'm like, I don't know what to do, but like I just need you to like not report me for stealing your food. I was like,
so dude, I want you to change jobs or something. Like, I don't know how to.
This is such a.
It's so like this is
never happened.
This is the most nerve-wracking thing I've ever heard. Like, and it's just like
exactly.
So, but it's like so never happened. But it's so unnecessary. Like,
this never
every
happens.
step of the way.
I'm doing this for 2 years and it's never happened.
It's never been like this.
It's an extraordinary circumstance.
Okay.
It's an absolute extraordinary circumstance at the restaurant. Because I've gone back and they give me the right order without question, and they're just like, sorry about that.
Because this would be something I quit over. Like,
I did. I literally was like, fuck you, I'm not fucking doing it. Like, this was a rage quit for sure. Like, if this was a normal job, I would be in my car going the fuck home.
Okay.
So it was like a rage quit moment, but there's not like, I can't just be like, all I do is log off. I don't ever log on again. I quit my job. Type. Like, it's a different world.
Put your phone on airplane mode, claim that you got disconnected, and then they got it.
No, all the deliveries are completed. There's nothing I have to worry about there.
You just got to keep knocking.
So I talked to the kid. He's mad chill. Talk to him. He's like, let me get my phone. We're going to figure this out. So I was like, bro, I've never ordered a DoorDash, but like, I know what not to hit for me to not get fired because I've watched a bunch of YouTube shit. So like, I know not to report that you didn't get anything. So he shows me like the 5 drop down menu options, and the one was received incorrect order. So I'm not getting fired for giving them the wrong shit because I have the deniability, and I already messaged support once saying like, hey, they gave me the wrong order type thing. So he hits that. He's like, all right, cool. And then it's like, must take a picture of the wrong order. And now we're both of us in the moment are like, oh, fuck. Like, we don't have... He literally scanned around on his porch like, I don't got any Wendys bags out here. Like, we were like, fuck, we have nothing to take a picture of. Boom, light bulb goes off. I have Sabrina's salad in the fucking car still.
Right.
So I'm like, oh. Like, my genuine reaction was like, oh, dude. I have another order in the car.
It was a black light bulb.
It literally, BLACKTOOth light bulb went off.
No, not a black.
Yeah.
And all the cum on our shirts and shit. Are you guys collectively creaming yourself over the best idea you've had all day?
I run over, I grab her order. He takes a picture of it. Boom. It's like, do you want a refund or a redelivery? And he's like, what do I do, man? And I'm like, I was like, I assume you still want the Wendys, right? He's like, yeah. I'm like, just hit redelivery. It's going to go out as a whole new order. Another dasher will get it. They'll bring it over. It'll go as a new order in the Wendys system, so there's not gonna be any issues. He's like, cool. He's like, and that's when he drops it on. He's like, I'm fucking stoned right now. Like, I'm in no rush. Like, I'm like, yeah, me too. And I'm fucking terrified. I was like, this is my main job. I do this every day. Like, I'm scared I'm gonna lose my job over this. And I was like, I was just trying to get you your food. Like, I didn't want to give you the wrong food. And he's like, yeah, no, I appreciate you going back. Like, most people wouldn't. Whatever. He was a fucking bro. We dap up or whatever, and I'm walking away, and I'm like, let me like really seal this deal home. And so I fucking pull out my wallet.
Do you like podcasts?
Yeah, they're all right.
No. I mean,
no.
I thought you were just gonna slap.
I'm fucking.
I can tell.
I've been working till 1 a.m. every night, not been sleeping. I'm like 2 weeks in, and I'm already burning myself at the fucking both ends. But
you're where I was like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, Tina's like, why don't you take a day off and ride? I'm like, I just want to work. She's like, you're going to burn yourself out too quick. And I'm like, no. But
yes.
I'm like, yeah, this guy was so cool. Like, I would hang out with this dude. I would have him on the pod. Like, he was a fucking bro. Shout out to Jaden from Summers Point. I turn around. I'm like, yo, man, thanks for being so understanding about this. Because, again, if this was 70-year-old Pop from fucking Ocean City, there's gonna be that disconnect there, and they're gonna be like, you're trying to pull one over on me, like this fucking technology. Like, I would immediately be reported and fired.
Yeah.
So I was just like, man, I'm so sorry about this. Like, if the Wendy's wasn't packed, I would have just went over and like went through the drive-thru and like bought him sandwiches at this point because I had calmed down. You know what I mean? But the line was out the parking lot. So I'm like, I was just like, you know what, man? Just let me buy your lunch. And I pulled out my wallet. I duked him a fucking 20. He was super appreciative. He's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, man. Like, you were super cool. Like, I could, if you if you reported me, I could get fired. Like, this isn't your fault. It's got nothing to do with you. Lunch is on me. Like, thanks for being a fucking bro. And we dapped up again, and I was like, damn, I just made a friend. But so that's out of the way. Not worried about that customer anymore. But now I still have to worry about Salad Lady that I also already texted. But again, it's a tattoo shop, so I'm thinking like they're probably gonna be fucking chill. You know what I mean? Like they're fucking bros too. And I walk in, and they're like, hey, and like I just like dump my entire situation on them, and they're just looking at me like, oh my god, that's terrible. And I'm like,
you want a tattoo? You want some
fuck Wendy's? And the girl was literally like, yo, fuck Wendy's. And I was like, yeah, like that was some bullshit. So don't have to worry about either customer. Both customers were cool. But now my only like that knot in my stomach now is
they do not give a fuck at Wendy's. They totally do.
But
not.
It's happened to people before.
I understand
it has. I've heard of different, again, YouTube anecdotes.
Wait, think about it though. If they're backed up out the ass on drive-thru, they probably don't even.
But that you don't understand how much of a douchebag that manager was. She wasn't doing anything. She was sitting in the back, so she could have easily just gotten the DoorDash tablet, looked up who had Jaden O's order last, and then fucking it wouldn't take much investigating on her part to report me to DoorDash. Yeah. But if they do report me, I'm just gonna report them and be like, they were cursing me out and like tell me to go fuck myself. Like, yeah, it's like.
They were the ones that encouraged me to do fraud.
It doesn't matter because, like, it's basically one of those things. Whoever reports who first, kind of like.
Did you report them?
No.
Okay.
And I'm not going to. You know what I mean? It wasn't like yeah, they gave me the wrong order, but yeah, I also didn't check. Like I do have some level of fault here, but it's like this lady like looked me in the eyes confidently and said the name out loud.
But like, you didn't read it? Like
the first time, no. The second time I should have, but she said Jaden O. Like, why am I gonna?
That's on her. That's
the guy caught it before I left, so it was all good. But
the only thing is like the only reason that specific part of this, because like everything else, it ended up okay, and I think that, like I said, I've been on your side the entire time. That lady's a cunt. And the $8.99 or the $7.99 thing, such a cunty move because you never do that.
I hadn't had an order in the last hour, and I was just getting my first order of the afternoon for $13. So it's like I'm gonna pay over half of my last 2 hours' wage because like there's spurts. All right, so some hours I'm making $40 an hour, but like I'm gonna pay you 2 hours of work for your fuck up. Yes. Out of my pocket.
No, I understand.
And again, I can afford it.
Still on your side here. No, I'm
more so sticking up for the poor fucking bastard who like this is all they got, and like you want some gig work is not like there is people who make six figures. There's people who are killing it doing DoorDash, but like for the average fucking schmuck in our little bumblefuck market, like if you're not in New York City or Philly, you're not like it's a struggle, it's a grind, and then to ask someone to pay you like half of an hour's pay.
No, like, I understand. That's indignant. It's fucking unprofessional, and it's indignant. I'm on your side. That specific thing, though, where people don't read their orders or check their orders. We've been over this on the pod before. It irks me because it's like, it's on you. And it's like, there's nothing I can do once you take that out of my hands. Like, and it's like, if we fucked it up, it's like, we don't know what you're bringing with you or what's missing from your end, and it's like we have the slips and everything, but like if you take it, then it's no longer in front of us and it's out of our hands and it's like out of our control. If you bring it back, that's one thing, but like it's
that's what I did. I brought it back,
but that's just it.
But then it was so funny. I brought it back and it was gone.
Yeah,
within 2 seconds.
Yeah,
because that weird old guy that I thought was ordering food was a Dasher, and he was like, "Oh shit, there's my order, sick."
Yeah,
and he was happy. He was like, "Oh fuck yeah, like I got my order." Because when you go there and they're like, someone else already made it. It's a fucking headache because they have to remake it. Then they're giving you shit. So he's standing there all confused, like, what the fuck? And then I come in like, hey, sorry, I got the wrong one. And he's like, woohoo! I'm fucking saved from this fucking bullshit. And now I'm in the bullshit. And they're like, someone already took that. And I'm like, what? Like, no. and see, the thing is, what fucks this is, see, so there was me and then there was that guy after me who was like, woohoo! There was someone before me who took Jaden's order, who shouldn't have. They took the wrong order.
Okay.
Then I got their order. And then it's just this big sequence of fucked ups down the line. So now the next 5 Dashers that came in are probably like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, and it's a clusterfuck already because
everyone's getting the wrong order. And it's just like...
there's no Mexican...
they don't speak English.
I understand your exact problem. And it's like the root
And then I
get
on the phone with support and they're like, they're saying shit that doesn't have anything to do with what I'm asking. Like, I just hung up. I was just like, This is not going my way,
Well,
dude.
could you just show me your boobs to confirm that you are in fact Jake S?
Yeah, like literally. Like
Send pics of Bob's
they're like,
or
oh, well, if
vagine."
you get a strike, you can just appeal it. I'm like, I shouldn't get a fucking strike. Like, why should I? Like, it's one of these things where that is. So I preach about how I love the freedom of gig work, but there is. If this was a 9-to-5 job, I can go in the manager's office. We could break this down. No one gets in any trouble.
Yeah.
I shake hands with the Spanish lady. We go about our fucking day.
Yeah.
But this is
the
one of
shit out of
those
the Spanish
autonomous robot. There's no one to fucking talk to. You can't call Instacart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can only text chat, and you get a robot for the first 5 minutes, and then you put you on with Ahmed, and they have no idea what the fuck you're saying.
Mr. Seymour.
And if you give them a 1 star, they deactivate you. So it's like you have to give them 5 stars because like it.
Wait, is that like the rating of the interaction?
Yeah,
on
they'll be like, "Oh, rate our conversation," and they can see what you rated them, and then people get fucking deactivated immediately after because the people in
bitch white
and then there's no
motherfucker.
recourse because you can't reach out to the headquarters in the United States or like there's no. So that's like that was why it was so high stress because it's like if this isn't resolved right now and it just gets sent out to like the algorithm, the DoorDash gods, like even though I'm not in the wrong, like once this gets reported that this is how this went down, it's going to take me, if I ever get it resolved, like years. Like by the time I actually finally get a hold of someone, I'm going to have to get a lawyer. I'm going to have to like try and like, I'm going to have to send like letters and shit. Like once you're deactivated, it's very difficult to like get reactivated. To get, it's difficult just to get an American person on the phone.
Okay.
And the Indian dudes can only do so much. They can't like reactivate your account. So it's like, yeah, all right, let's say worst case scenario, I wake up tomorrow and I get an email and I can't log in. Like I very well may be able to get it back, but it's going to be a massive fucking headache. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's like, it's just this big what if, and I'm just panicking so hard. And I'm like, dude, I'm going to get fired. And like, before I'd be like, fuck DoorDash. Like Instacart is killing it. I'm doing groceries. But like the last 2 weeks, like DoorDash is like 80% of my money. Like I'll get like a few Ubers here and there and like maybe 1 or 2 Instacarts a day. But like over the last 2 years, DoorDash on average has been like 75% of my money. Like it's the king of like food delivery apps or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's the main one.
Okay.
So like if I lose that one, I'm fucked. I might as well just not even go out there anymore type thing. Like it's, so I'm just losing my fucking mind, bugging. And then this lady is being complete swarmy douchebag to me.
Swarmy.
And that's the thing. Like I know I have a temper. I know my girlfriend.
No, you
I know my girlfriend can attest to that.
You held it together good. Your little blow up is like I said, this whole way I've been on your side. Let me fucking try and break this down, like, because I'm still like a little bit perplexed. Like I said though, we're at the same conclusion of that you bringing it back. That's back on them now. You've put the ball back in their court. So that lady's attitude is completely like unjustifiable for like the way that she was.
And she doesn't do DoorDash, so she's not understanding the severity of what's happening.
And
so she's just like,
so you're just another customer.
Normally when she says that to a Dasher, they go, okay, I'll unassign it, and they leave. That's
Okay.
I've done it at McDonald's and other places. Normally the person's not going, I already delivered it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get fired.
But
so she's never had this happen before.
Okay. But still, like, just from a person that works in the service industry's perspective, you're like such an insignificant thing. Like, I'm sure she was just giving you that cunt. Like, she's being a cunt. I'm not negating her attitude.
She's annoyed she had to stop playing solitaire and come fucking talk.
But,
and you know the Spanish lady up front went back and was like, gringos being a fucking hard ass.
So what I'm saying is that I don't think you're in jeopardy at all. I don't even think they care. And also, they know how fucking bad it is, because if anybody's going to be able to identify with how shitty the job of, like, you know, service industry in any facet is, it's going to be a fast food manager, because she's got to deal. She's the one that has to come out. Like the problems happen, and when that happens, it's like you pass it off to whoever's higher up. So she's the one that's just constantly inheriting problems.
Yeah.
All you did was curse at her. You didn't break anything. The cops didn't have to get called. She's going to go back to fucking flicking being in the office.
All I said was, fuck you. Like, I didn't call her a spick. I didn't fucking, you know what I mean? I didn't get racist. It wasn't like a race thing, or like, you know what I mean? I didn't do it. But I know you're saying, like, I agree with you, and I'm hoping that
I think you got nothing to worry about. That's what I'm saying. Like,
yes, but there is hundreds, if not thousands, of Dashers who have been fired for telling a fast food employee to go fuck themselves.
And I understand that. That's like
so it's not out of the realm of possibility.
It's not. No.
And let's say Jaden O didn't get his second delivery, and now he marks that as like didn't receive my food. It's like, does this fall back on me? Even though, like, that's the thing. I didn't think this guy was gonna purposely try and get me fired. You know what I mean? But it's just like, it's what you hit on the report thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like, if you hit I didn't receive anything, and I'm saying that I handed, so it's like, his was a leave it at door. So it's like, I'm supposed to take a picture.
I understand.
So sometimes people select that, but then they come out and get their food. So what are you supposed to do? Take a picture of them holding their food? No, there's a second option. It's like, I handed the food directly to the customer.
Right.
So how I bypassed all of this was, I handed the food directly to the customer. So now I'm fucked. Like, I'm lying.
Yeah.
So now if he says,
okay, we've already been over this.
Yeah.
Though, but like take a deep breath. Come on, calm down.
yeah, but I'm saying like, if
no,
I'm saying that now. I'm saying my worry now. I know we've already gone on this, but I'm saying my worry now is if he didn't get his reorder, if it somehow falls back on me because I was in this chain. If he says like,
he's probably cool though because you gave him $20, so he would have just fucking gone to Wendys anyway.
Hopefully yes, but I'm just saying like, there's these possibilities of like, he's not trying to fuck me, but he's saying like, hey, I didn't get any food, and I hit like, I handed this to him. Like, that could still fall back at me. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think he probably got his food.
Yeah,
but that's still my worry, that somehow that coming up, or even me, if I'm in the chat saying, hey, I'm gonna mark this delivered even though I didn't deliver it yet. Like, there is keywords and stuff, and I can get fired for like manipulating it's called some official term. Okay. Like, people get fired for like asking for tips and shit like that, but like
soliciting or something.
Yeah, it's like, it's called like manipulating the pay structure or something. But if I'm like manipulating the on-time structure or whatever the fuck, like, I could get fired for that. So if I hit any keywords there, and then the thing of cursing out the work, I'm like, I was just like bugging the whole drive here. Like, there's like 3 different. Normally, like, I'm like, okay, I might get fired because I'm taking an Uber this way and a DoorDash this way, and like, I know the risk I'm taking, but I've never been like, I'm facing 3 firing offenses all at once, and like, I did it. Like,
so if you get, I'm telling you right now, if you get fired, you'll find another fucking job. Like, I understand you like the freedom of this, but dude, like, I understand that this isn't like every fucking time, but like, what if this happens again? Or what if you have to go back to that one? I mean, you could probably select it, like, see that Wendys is part of an order.
You can't blacklist it, but you can see it, and I'm going to wait like a month and decline, and then eventually I'll start going there again once kind of dust settles.
So it's either, dude,
because I called a Dunkin' worker a faggot once.
Nice.
Walking out. But, so I didn't get fired then. I was worried about it then too, but this was way more, like I said, I have a temper, but I can't think of an instance where I've just lost it on a fucking restaurant employee.
They escalated it to a point where it's like, you're not who they're supposed to be picking on, and it's like, they fucked up. They should take culpability for that. And the fact that you brought, like I said, the whole thing for me is that you brought the food back the first time, and then we're like, I'm even offering to like, you know, like make this right. Like, could you just start the order again? And like, I'm sorry, but like, you know, the fact you didn't swear, the fact you were like concise with everything, like, I'm completely with you, but just
I only said that I'll pay for it thing to try and get the ball rolling, but I didn't think they were actually going to make me pay for it.
Yeah, exactly.
But then for her to be like, actually, give me half. It was her last
Her calling a bluff is one thing, but that is a fucking underhanded thing to do.
She waited till the very end when they're like literally about to hand me the bag. She's like, actually, I'm going to need half. And I was like, what?
Well, here's the thing. Here's like what we're like, it was
just a twist of the knife.
Service industry, you get to kind of be in that power dynamic where a lot of times the customers are in the wrong. You have to be like, no, you're right. Like, I'm sorry, and we'll just make it right. But there's people that are like outright wrong. Like this guy who ate a bunch of clams and claimed they weren't cooked correctly. He got like 100 or so. Comes in, claims that they're cold, and it's like, well, you ordered them for 6 o'clock and you picked them up at 8, so it's like you could reheat them and they'll be fine, or like you could like just, you know,
that's on you, buddy.
Yeah, it's like we don't know what to tell you. We made them for the time you asked for, and he demanded a refund, and we ended up like going back and forth with this guy for a good 10 minutes in front of customers, and I'm like, I don't, and he was drunk too, so it's like you're
he's 1,000% in the wrong.
Yeah, and like you're 100% in the right. You even brought the food back.
Yeah,
it's just a cumulative fuck up that happened that they're exacerbating by doing that. Now, when we're doing this, we're exacerbating it because he's in the wrong. They're in the wrong and exacerbating you, who's in the right. So that's why, like the 790.
I'm partially in the wrong,
but you're not.
They have a point where they're like, you should have checked it before you left. And I'm like, I know, and I brought it back. That was my mistake.
But,
like, you know
but the fact that you never took food that wasn't yours, and you're saying there's somebody that still doesn't have food, that's on them then, because they gave away the wrong order. So therefore, if you're looking for an order that doesn't exist,
they have the plausible deniability of they didn't give anyone anything. They put them on a shelf.
Yeah.
So this does happen sometimes where a worker grabs the wrong order, or people just steal it and like pretend to be a DoorDasher. A shelf with 10 orders of food. They walk over, they go boop, pretend they're on their phone, and they walk out.
Yeah, that guy with the wonky eye. They'll never
he's like, yo, that's my order, bro.
It's a great cover. He's just walking into Wawa, Wendy's, and fucking shopping.
No, I saw his phone. He had it. It was the Uber Eats. It wasn't the DoorDash.
That's funny as fuck.
But what are the odds of Jaden O and Yekel O?
I mean, that's pretty close, yeah.
And I was like, Jaden O, and she was like, yeah, Yekel O. And I was just like, I'm sitting there like, close enough. Like, that's got to be right.
Mexies are agreeable too. They'll just agree with you to make a conversation shorter.
But then she wouldn't, like, the cashier was like refusing to remake it, and like they were giving me the vibe like they thought I was trying to steal food, and I was just like, that's when I was like, I'll pay for it. Like, I'm not trying to lose my job. This is my main job. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
they probably thought you're talking about like your fucking job for the Eagles, or like you're on your way to.
That's funny you say that, because this kid, I was gonna call him a retard, but he's actually like he's a funny dude. He's a cool dude. I don't know. Dunkin', they suck. They're the B team of fucking restaurants to pick up from. They're all horrible.
Dunkin'
they never
Donuts?
have it ready. They're always what? They don't care at all. They're all it's the bad news bears. And this kid's probably like 16 or 18 or something. And
just making weed
money.
Yeah,
he's just literally, he looks like stoned to the fucking gills. He's like, I walk in, of course the order's not ready at all. He's like, oh, I gotta make that. And I'm like, oh, it wasn't due 20 minutes ago, fuckface. So he's making it. He turns around and goes, are you like a ref for the Eagles? And I was like, what? He was like, are you like a ref for the Eagles? And I was like, no.
Is he saying ref?
Ref. Like a ref. I guess because
you kind of have short shorts on.
I have the black shorts and I have my white socks, and they're like pulled all the way up. It's like, I guess, but I was like, I don't know.
No, you look
I was too high, and I was annoyed that the food, and I was just like, no. I was like, I don't even watch the Eagles. Like, I had to get this shirt for a funeral, and I just put him on the spot because I really did. I went to a funeral in Philly, and like they said, no formal attire, wear an Eagle shirt or whatever.
Okay.
So I literally just dumped that on him. I'm like, nah, I had to get this shirt for a funeral, and he was just like, oh. I was like, yeah, I don't even watch football, bro. Like, it's just a shirt. But yeah, that's funny that you said like the fucking Eagles thing. Yeah. I was like, nah, I'm a coach. But
yeah. Well, okay, so I gotta bring you down so you can make fun of my fucking spaz now. But like, I had that, like, so the whole thing we just fucking said was like the whole logic of everything was out the door. And like the logic behind this situation is that there's like a lapse in communication between two parties, but probably three parties at this point, because DoorDash is also involved, and like,
and they're useless. There's you
like,
can't get through. It's like trying to talk to a fucking.
It's like I feel like this conversation is the recycling logo. Like it's just like, well, this isn't my problem. Well, this isn't my problem. And then DoorDash is no help. So it's like it just. But goes
I'm
back
the only
to
one who's
going
to get any recourse, because I'm going to get fired. DoorDash is going to continue to make millions. Wendy's is going to continue to make millions, and the guy making literally like $500 to $1,000 a week is like fucked. Like,
you're fine. It's just dude. You'll find another job if you do. But I don't
want
think
another job.
I understand that, but like, dude,
I know I'll be fine.
Is this your dream job? Like,
that's not the point.
No. But I'm not serious.
That's really undermining.
No. I'm not saying
is being a fucking shitty line cook at some short fucking restaurant your dream job. Like,
absolutely not. Yeah. But it puts me in a position where I work towards my goals, where I'm able to.
I'm trying to pay my mortgage.
That's just it. Okay, but like, do you like delivering shit?
I love
like
driving.
You like the independence. You like the freedom of the hours. But like, is there a way you? Is there a way you can?
What I did.
Is there a way you could find like a parcel delivery service where you write your own time? Like, if you ever looked into logistics or trucking or not trucking, but
I don't want to do any of that.
Why? Like, it's the same shit. You make your own hours. Truckers make their own fucking schedule.
That's all fine and dandy. This isn't obviously my dream career, but I do like this job.
You seem passionate about it. That's why I think you're so high-strung about it.
I enjoy what I do.
I'm not undermining you. I'm asking that as a legitimate question.
I deliver groceries to old people. They're super thankful. I help them load the groceries up. It reminds me of my fucking grandpa. I'm loading this cases of water for this guy in a wheelchair yesterday. Like, dude, there's parts of this. I like my job. I know I'm a fucking loser who delivers fast food, but like,
I'm not saying that.
It's convenient. I can like just tonight the baby goes to bed. I'm gonna just see like if it's busy, boom, I'm hopping on. I'm gonna make $100. Like, no, it's not my dream job, but like it's how I'm earning a living right now. And like, yes, I know I can go get a job. Everywhere's hiring. I know. It's not like, that's not the point. I like doing this, and I would rather not get fired for something that I didn't do wrong. No, so if I got fired, to anyone who's into gig work or anything, I'm a dirty multi-apper. I'm not, they say like, oh, you're like, I run Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Instacart, and used to be Grubhub all at the same time, and shipped. Like, and I'll get an Uber Eats going to Northfield and a DoorDash going to like Linwood or EHT, and I'm taking both of them, and like someone's gonna have to wait an extra 10 minutes. And like, so if I get fired for something like that, that's on me. Like, yeah. I would have to just like swallow that and be like, that I'm breaking the terms of service. I'm not supposed to be doing this. And like, I'm taking a chance every time I do. Because if a customer bitches about it and says like, hey, he was driving over here, and they look into it, you can get fired.
Okay.
No, knock wood. Hasn't happened yet. A lot of people multi-app. Most people don't give a shit as long as they get their food at a reasonable time. You know what I mean? If you got to wait 10 minutes, who's really going to bitch? You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, I'm a dirty multi-apper. Wouldn't really, you know, I would be upset if I lost my job through my own fault, but like to lose my job over this was like really fucking with me, because I'm like, I didn't do anything wrong. I'm trying to like make everyone whole here. Like, I got this guy his correct order. I solved that problem
right
for you guys, and I just want my order so I could solve this problem. And then they were just like, you know what I mean? It was just like that power struggle of them being like, well, no, we're not giving it to you.
I'm understanding this. I'm saying that it's like the dynamic is so convoluted through this specific mean. Why don't you just find the qualities of that job you like and just apply it to something that's a little like more grounded? Like get into like transportation and delivery and stuff.
Because like, that takes so much. Yeah, I could do that, and that
get
sounds
a CDL
great.
And drive like a fucking wheelchair bus.
10 pounds of weed a day. You can't get a CDL. You can't. It's a DOT fucking drug test. DOT's federal. You cannot get a CDL if you smoke pot. Anyway, that's all fine and dandy, but that's things that would take months or, you know, years to build my own infrastructure. This is already here. I can go make $200 to $300 a day right now, whenever I want. You know what I mean? It's just like, I get what you're saying. No, like I should be building towards something else, but I'm in the stepping stone process now. I need to build there first. Like, you know what I mean? And I don't like,
because I have an idea. Gasoline
it'd be like
delivered
a fucking
to
waitress tripping over her shoelaces being untied and them firing you because there was grease on the ground or something. It's just like,
please fire me.
You didn't do,
for the love of God, I'll trip every one of those.
It's one of those things where it's like,
you hear that?
If you chopped Yussel's finger off and like you're like, all right, yeah, I gotta get fired.
Oh, dude, I would get I would get charged with assault for that. You know that, right? I go to jail.
Yeah, it's a weapon, whatever the fuck. But accidentally you chopped his finger off. Yeah, I gotta go.
You hear that, Yussel? I'm coming for your fucking thumbs.
It's just that thing where it's like, I didn't do anything wrong. Why am I going to be the one who gets in trouble
I've never felt that way about a job, but like I understand. That's why I'm asking you these questions, because I want you to try and like understand. This isn't a
job. I'm an independent contractor.
So like I think if you're use that mindset, like I understand these are the stepping stones, but you're seeing the flaws in this with this paradigm.
You're a number, and if you get deleted,
fix it. Yeah, so fix it. So like what I see with
I'm not going to fix it today, but I'm going to get fired today, and then I can't make money today. So it's like, your plan is great, but it's like, it's not an immediate thing. Like,
it can be.
My
go
mortgage,
down and file with the county clerk's office tomorrow. Seymour Logistics Coordinating.
And then I have to get restaurants or stores to sign on with me to deliver their things.
Hey, you're a local
most of
guy.
them aren't doing.
Hey, you know what? You know what's funny? How all these gig work apps end up in convoluted shit like that. Would you like to offer them a person-to-person service?
Yeah, now I have to build an app.
You don't have to build an app. You just have to have them call and then be like a hired gun around town and just be like, look, you don't have to worry about DoorDash coming in and fucking stealing the wrong people's food. You just give it to me. I'm a delivery driver. I'm a delivery driver for peak hours or something.
Yeah, but all of this is already handled by DoorDash, and DoorDash already has the rights to these places' deliveries. Like, it's like, you're not breaking into this food delivery game.
I'm not saying you're going to revolutionize it. I'm just saying undermine it. Like, that's how I'm fucking getting away with it. Like,
yeah, that's great. And if I get fired, I might have to. But like, as of I'm just explaining like my panic in that moment. Like,
I understand. But I think you're passionate about this, and I think your panic in this moment is like
passionate about.
I think you're passionate about this specific enterprise though, where you're like, I like the freedom of being able to do things, and also you're working for yourself.
No generation has ever had this option, and people are not saying it's a good idea, but people are leaving their W-2s in droves.
W-2s.
W-2 job, like a 9 to 5.
I've never had one of those.
You are a W-2 employee.
Am I?
W-2 means it's like You're an hourly employee.
Oh, like you get a pay stub or whatever?
W-2 is the tax form that you fill out at the end of the year. I fill out a 1099.
Supposed to.
It's just the terminology. Well, yeah, exactly. But yeah, they call normal job people W-2 workers.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
We call them wages on 4chan.
Yeah, same. It's all the same shit. But I'm saying like
wages.
I don't know what the fuck I was saying.
I think you're onto something because it's like you like this work clearly. There's just things
no one's ever had. No one's ever had this option of like this, and it is kind of selling people a dream because a lot of times, you know, you spend a lot of money on gas and tolls, and like it's not always entirely profitable or suitable, or like I wouldn't recommend people leave their fucking W-2 job to go do this, but like it is a legitimate job now. People are, i.e. me, making a living doing this. People are making 6 figures a year doing this in bigger markets. You know what I mean? So it's like, DoorDash, you get this kind of reaction from everyone where it's like, like, is that really a job? Or like the workers in the store are always just like, it's fucking annoying DoorDasher. But it's like, this is my job. Like, you need to stop being condescending to me. Like, you work for me. Like, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't, not that, but like,
I was gonna say what?
I'm guessing
you work for me.
I own Wendys.
I'm calling you out, Undertaker.
I guess I work for them because I'm contracted to deliver the food.
Yeah.
So I'm wrong there, but I'm saying like it's just this.
Vince McMahon owns Wendys.
It's just this kind of annoyance of of this thing that like all restaurants kind of do. Some of them are cool to you, but most of them are kind of just like, fuck this guy. And I get it because a lot of people come in and they're just like, I got an order for Thomas, like trying to like shove their phone in your face and like trying to rush you and shit. But like, I'm not that guy. I'm always the guy who's like, I get it, man, take your time, like no rush, I'll be here chilling, like let me know when it's ready. So it's like, I don't know, I've never been treated that poorly by staff. You know what I mean? I've never treated staff poorly. It's always, the last 2 years I've been doing this, almost every fucking day, it's always a 99.9%, like very cordial, like thanks, have a great day, like very easy, in and out. I go into a restaurant, I grab something off the shelf, I drive 5 miles, I make like $10. I do that 100 times a day, and like, I love it. Like, I like to drive, so it's like, I don't mind what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Smoke a doink in between deliveries, listen to some music. It's all good, but yeah, no, this isn't my dream job or anything. It's just, I know I sound like a fucking idiot being like...
Well, no, it's just that I see how like hyped you are, and I understand 100% that it's because this is my income right now. I need income right now because I need to fucking, everything going on in your life. You have a kid, you're gonna have a mortgage. Understandable. Like, everything is contingent on you having a job. What I'm saying, though, is that you getting fired from this isn't the end of the world. Like, but you need someone to counterbalance you like this because, like... you're putting way too much stock in that they're gonna try and fuck you over when in reality it's like, what did you do that really was so egregious other than that they fucked
staff?
But that's not egregious,
and lied
man.
about delivering food when I didn't deliver it.
That's so like if you lose the job,
I'm tracked by GPS, so it's like if I'm saying I delivered the food and I was still standing in the Wendy's, I'm fucked.
I'm just saying
you're literally tracked by GPS the whole time.
But do you need that paranoia like hanging over you for a job?
No, because normally everything goes smooth.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
normally, like. The tracking isn't so much for me. It's like just to make sure the food got there, so the customer can't claim that. Like it's, you know what I mean? Like
I get it,
but in this situation, I was in the right, but like the way I went about it, I've put myself in the red by like, you know what I mean? Like, and no, I get what you're saying. No, I don't want that paranoia, but it's the same paranoia if I wake up late and I take a shit too long and I show up to work 5 minutes late and now I got to write up. There's paranoia in regular jobs too, and I don't. If I fucking don't feel like working that day, oh, now you got to write up or now you got fired. There's always paranoia in jobs and bosses being up your fucking ass and like, you know what I mean? Like that all jobs have that. It's just, it's a little different. It's like digital, you know what I mean? Like I'm being watched on my phone or whatever versus like having some guy being like, you're a fuck off. Why don't you get out of my store?
Well, I understand that, but like I think that you're in a position where you have experience doing this. You just said you have 2 years doing this. I think you're going to find a way to make it end up working for you. You're going to use this job experience and you're going to use this experience today to be like, this is where you like what I would do honestly. Like you just gave a really good explanation of where they're fucking up with their app. If they come at you, don't like talk to a lawyer or anything, but like just persistently call them and be like, you guys don't understand. You have made a very precarious error in the way that your operating system is, and like just be persistent about it. I mean, if they like just send them a text every hour for like a week, or something like that.
You probably won't get any answer at all. Like, it's just like, it's one of those things where it's like you can't get in touch with them, so it just doesn't matter. Like, I'm
call their corporate headquarters.
Yeah,
or something
I'd have to reach out on Twitter. Like, there's ways. People do get their accounts reactivated.
Like, I would say bring it to their fucking front door, like, and just be like, look, like this is something.
I'm in the wrong though. So if I'm like, hey, I marked it as delivered because I didn't want a lateness strike, it's like wrong.
But you're in the wrong because of an oversight on their part as well as an oversight on the Wendy's part. But
there should be. So all right, let's say in a perfect world, I get there, the food's wrong. There should be something I can hit where it's like, I got the wrong order, I got to run back to the restaurant, and then like that timer thing should like go the fuck away or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I shouldn't be on the clock anymore to get this here on time by this set time, or like it should add another 10 minutes or something. Like, there should be something. And I was trying to tell the sport that, and they're like, why don't you go ride your camel in the sunset? Like, they weren't even responding to anything. They weren't on topic at all with their replies when I was saying like, I don't want to be marked late, like AI. I'm letting you know. No, it was a person. It was like Akit J or something like that.
Akit J.
It's not their fault either. It's not like it was the one manager. The cashier is not at fault. It's not anyone's. It's just kind of the, like you said, it's part of the business. This happens where the wrong orders and shit. But yeah, I shouldn't have snapped on them. But it felt good in the moment. Well, it was like elation just to be like, fuck you.
Well, so on the mind now. This is me because this is embarrassing. But like, you just spit inside.
It was like a hair or something.
I didn't like hacking a fucking loogie.
Yeah, it was like a Cheyenne hair on my fucking lip. Not my bad, dog.
Here's you in your fucking
I saw you look at me and like I was like, is he gonna say something?
No, I can't see out of that eye. I was, did he just fucking hack a loogie? So yeah, like you're a motorcycle rider. What you said, because I guess this is just fucking retarded day. What you said is exactly right. What happened was I pull out onto 50. I go to about 610, a little bit past where the light is. You know where like it's the straightaway with the bridge? Mm-hmm. I'm on the straightaway with the bridge and I see two lights behind me. So I'm like, oh, that's clearly a motorcycle. So I go down to 55 because I was doing about 60 because I want to make sure I can see him. So in case the dude's just going to blow my doors off, I don't fucking drift into the center because there's no traffic coming in the other lane. Yeah. No, he goes like about like 80 right up to my rear bumper and then rides my rear bumper all the way up 50 just on my ass. And it's like, I was doing 55 and there wasn't like traffic on either direct. Like he could have just gone around. And I even kind of gave him a little leeway to get over. It's like, I know it's a double line, but it's like, clearly you want to go fast, man. Like I'm letting you, like, I'm short of sticking my hand out the window and going like this, like, which, it's like, I don't know what to do. And I don't want to.
Room? There was no one coming. Yeah.
Plenty. I gave him like a fucking
on
bike's
that bike,
worth.
you can literally.
Yeah, and it's like I wouldn't have minded it. I just don't want somebody right on my bumper because he can't. Like, let's say a fucking deer.
Let me play devil's advocate. As a rider, it is very easy to tailgate without realizing it. You can stop so much faster on a bike than you can in a car.
No, but like I'm not talking about like he was 4 feet from my bumper.
No, I know, but on a bike, it doesn't feel like you're in so much more control of a bike than a car. Like it. I've caught myself riding people's ass and like you don't even realize you're doing it because it's just like I don't know how to explain it. Like yeah, you do realize you're close to this car or whatever, but it just there's no ill intent. Like he was probably just cruising and like not even
the signal,
in the car it feels like this guy's fucking riding my ass.
No. This guy was clearly like trying to get around me, but just he's perturbed by the double yellow lines. Like he doesn't want that.
He's a fucking pussy.
That's what I'm saying. Like so, it's like either fucking slow down or just fucking go. Like it's like, I'm not like gonna fucking tell you because I don't know if there's cops around. I also don't know with like fucking Fireman's Weekend if this is like an Angel or something like that because like he's behind me. I can't see if he's wearing colors. And I don't know if
Angels don't ride sport bikes.
I don't fucking know. Yeah. I don't understand your fucking motorcycle club, guys. It's like I've been actually unfortunate. If it's not
on a Harley, it's not a 1%.
I've been laughing. There's so many fucking funny YouTubes making like I've been my reels. It's like one in every like maybe 15 is like biker gang fights. And the comments are fucking hilarious because it's just like all these people tearing them apart because like it's keyboard warriors, so it's people that will never interact with bikers in a setting where they're like bikers are not going to KB Toy and Hobby to buy Legos, like so there's zero chance that you guys ever really crossing paths. But it's hilarious watching these fucking dweebs lay into the bikers and the bike like one motorcycle guy who gets it's like yo, none of you guys would fucking say shit to these people in real life. They're scary motherfuckers.
Yeah, they really
and it's
are.
like but it's like all these like fucking like 16, 17-year-old kids being like, oh, did our motorcycle club get in trouble? And it's like, yo, what the fuck? So anyway, like I have this in mind though, like I'm watching all these fucking dudes.
It's my pet peeve too. Even if a car's behind me and up my ass, it's just like I always find myself saying like, just fucking pass me.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Because when it's like, there's no one coming the other way.
Yeah.
That's not double yellow.
Yeah.
It's just like, why are you riding my ass? Just go around. Because me, if I get up on someone and I got room, even if I don't got room, I'm sending it. I'm gonna try and fucking. I drive aggressive as shit. So like,
just
if you're gonna half-ass be this like speed racer and then you just pussy out, it's like. Just go around.
That's just it. The logic of it is like, I'm going to ride like a souped up Kawasaki with my fucking cool skid bike jacket on and my fucking white helmet and just be like this total fucking cool guy. But then the second it comes to doing like the slight, like you were doing 86 back there. You had to be doing like close to 90 behind me up to my rear bumper. But the deterrent was the double yellow lines. Like, I'm afraid of deer hopping out on that road at any given point. Like snakes, bunnies, squirrels. I don't know what I'm going to have to brake check.
I'm shocked that someone on that style bike didn't just scoot around you in 0.2 seconds.
So, here's where...
Those things do 200 miles an hour out of the box. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Here's where it gets...
Unbelievable speed.
Here's where it gets to... Because, like, that made me look like a Karen.
I flew by you like you were standing still on my starter Honda cruiser bike. You know what I'm saying? Like...
that made me look like a Karen, and I admit it. I'm including this in the beginning. But
when you showed me that, I was like, "You are gay." I would have turned around and been like, "Fuck you."
So here's where he fucked up, because like like I said, you also just played a devil's advocate. I didn't think contextually this guy might have like
not even realized he was doing anything wrong.
But here's where he fucked up. So you know where you get past Seville Tavern and you make that right to go on the 9. I put my signal on with like a good 150 feet so that he knows I'm going that way.
It is a weird thing when you're in a car and there's a bike around you. You do get that weird like, I want to be on my P's and Q's. I don't want to fuck this guy up.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. And that's my mentality. So this guy is right on my fucking ass into the turn. And then I'm like, he's got the double. I'm going to pull to the side. You know how it goes to 3 lanes there for a second and then to 2 lanes. So I stayed as far right as I could without making the right. And then I got in there. So I'm like, come on, buddy. Take off. Take off.
You were just assuming he's just going to launch. Like
he waits till the like we were at fucking Kirk's till the line had literally become that big yellow double
Vita Bellas?
Yeah, Vita Bellas. Yeah. And then he takes off. And like... It wasn't even like a zip. It was just this kind of slow, like, and it wasn't like he was grilling me. It wasn't like
probably
it was just,
a new rider or something.
So, but then he proceeds to go back up to like 90 once he gets in front of me.
This guy's a complete squid.
And just fucking tailgates the guy in front of me to the light at 610. And then the light changes and I'm just like, fuck you, dude. What the fuck are you doing? You're riding recklessly. Like, that's honestly what it is. It's more like you're going to end up as a street pizza because of your own negligence, not somebody else.
You're riding recklessly, like
a
poorly.
Pussy.
Yeah,
like a pussy.
You, like
if
reckless,
you're gonna,
like you have to be aggressive when you're riding.
That's
like
a guy wearing wrist guards at the skate park, and I'm a guy that broke my wrist at the fucking skate park. I still would fucking rather cut my nuts off than fucking wear wrist guards at the skate park. Like, it's fucking stupid. Like, you're gonna wear all of that fucking padding and do
That's $1,000 worth of gear. Yeah, on,
dude.
Like, no
fuck
bullshit.
You are a faggot. Dude, you are a fucking queer. You don't even have friends to ride fucking motorcycles with you. That's how abhorrent and gay. Oh, dude, yeah, I know. I'm telling you. That's why I'm telling him, though. I'm not mad at you. I'm on you. You're on my side now.
I like to ride alone. See, I would love to hear this guy's side of the story. Like,
well, I got his motorcycle fucking license plate. I can always just do a foil on him real quick.
I wonder what he would be like. This guy was fucking turning. He just wouldn't fucking turn or something. Like, now, to me,
I had 2 whole.
Like I said, I
had 4 whole miles.
Me personally. And you've seen me do it. I'm zooming by you.
Yeah,
like, I'm not.
You're riding the way I expect a motorcycle rider to ride.
I'm riding a bike that only does realistically 100 miles an hour. His bike does double that. Like, I goon out on a fucking like a moped of motorcycles. Like, it's not a fast bike at all. Like, in the motorcycle world, like it's fast to me.
What does goon out mean? Just go real fast?
Just ride like a hooligan.
Oh,
just fucking goon out. It's not specific to motorcycling. It's just I like to use that phrase. Like. When you see someone just ripping in a car, like that guy's fucking gooning out right now.
I like the phrase from Australia where the bikies, because they're called bikies.
Bikies. They're wild over there.
Yeah. They call mad. They ride mad.
That guy, it sounds
those
like
bikies are riding mad.
It might have been a geezer. It might have been an old dude who's like cautiously speeding. And I could see why So he should have passed you on Route 50.
That's just
But
it. That's the whole
he
thing.
speeds up to the next truck or whatever on Route 9. It's pretty sketch to pass on streets, which he easily could have. His bike could pass a guy in 0.2 seconds.
Yeah.
And you could lane split right down the fucking middle. But I'm saying the danger is when there's tons of cross streets and people pulling out. So I could see why. And again, it's very easy to tailgate someone on a bike. I don't know why. It's just like you're not in this bubble and you just feel like you can. I can't explain. It's not even logical, my thinking.
Right.
But I've found myself unintentionally tailgating too, and then I'm like, oh fuck, like I'm up this guy's ass. But it's just because like I don't know, it's just a different feel than a car. It's smaller, it's more nimble, like you just feel like you're smaller and you're not as close as you actually are. And then the person's rear view, you're like on their bumper.
Yeah.
But like in space, you're really like 10 feet back. And on a bike, you'll be able to stop. Like
I knew exactly how far he was. He was like literally 4 feet away from my back bumper. And my whole thought is this is where the animals jump out. If I need to brake check, he's going to Josh Fox himself on the road. Josh Fox Foxed himself on. So I'm like, that's why I don't want you to like just go around, you fucking nerd. And
you should have just pulled over at this point.
I gave him like my truck isn't the biggest truck. Like it's not like the fucking Larry where it's like it takes up like a parking space and a half.
Did you pull like halfway off?
I did. I was way over. Way over. Way over.
What the fuck?
Like I was almost on the white line. That's how far. Like he had room to, if he wanted to dump it and just hit that straightaway, he could have. And he didn't.
You're like halfway on the shoulder.
Dude, not even halfway. My right tire was like maybe a foot from the white line. He had a bike's worth of space and no traffic on the other side. He was just a fucking pussy. And like it's short of going like this, because like I said, I don't know if this dude's like some fucking Hell's Angel or something. Like I know he's probably
not. He would have passed you.
But like if this is like something in biker where it's like, oh, that's like a sign to like come up and like fucking flash my pistol. I don't fucking know.
You overthought that a little bit.
That's fine. I don't fucking know. I don't.
Bike gangs.
But like I said, I just had like reels of bikers. Just like I watched a biker reel where this dude was on.
Did you know it was a sport bike when he was behind you?
Yeah. Because I saw how
they're not going to be in clubs.
Well, that's just it. Up in New York, they all have sport bikes, and that was a club. Like, that was the club that beat up that governor or whatever.
That's the black dudes down here too. It's like
they're nice
the
guys.
Wheels of Soul or whatever.
Yeah, they're nice dudes. They're fun.
That my friend is neighbors with one of them, and they have like big cookouts all the time. And I was there at the house once, and there was like 30 of them outside. Like they looked like bros. Like they were all just like barbecuing and fucking pulling up on these badass bikes.
There was this gas station.
I had my little gay Honda Shadow out front, which is like I might as well have pink tassels hanging off the side of it, like to these guys, yeah. And they're all going by, like looking at it, like nice, dude, fucking bike. And I'm like, hell yeah, dude. They're bros. I want to go over there.
Dude, the place I lived at in college. Wait, no, here, you like this. So there's like this Sunoco at the end of our block. It was the same place that my roommate bought that dog at. But there was this governor, congressman, something like that in New York that was on that BQA, and a bunch of bikers fucking swarmed like this guy's truck and like kicked him and beat him and pulled him out and whatnot. It was like a swarm of like 100. They do those rumbles where they go on like all the expressways and it's like 100 of them deep, all on sport bikes for the most part. There's a couple of Harleys mixed in there, but it's predominantly sport bikes. And there's this one guy who, like, when I heard this news, I was like, I bet you that fucking dude with the silver Nazi helmet's there. It's this fat black dude. It was a green Kawasaki, and I don't know the name of his gang, but he does have colors. But really fucking cool dude. I've been getting like milk and eggs and shit like that at that Sunoco, and the guy's just been there and he's like, what's up? I was like, dude, you got a sweet bike. I can hear that thing down my house like 4 houses down. He's like, yo, you want to hear me really fire that thing up? It was just fucking... It's like your chest is shaking. That's like how fucking loud this thing is just standing next to it. But it's like...
That's the funny thing.
They're cool. Like, they're cool guys. But I watched this dude like pull this fucking guy out of a car and beat the shit out of him. And he's on like a pretty fucking souped up... It's not a chopper, but it's like a sport bike with like saddlebags and shit like that. But it's got to be like a 750 or a 20.
They're called like sport touring.
Sport tourings.
They're different, but they're fast as fuck. They're not as fast as like actual sports, but they're still fast.
Thing is fast, man. I seen that fucking thing going
Anything,
around.
If you're doing, like, I know there's, like, the sport bike crowd's going to laugh at me because they all do, like, 150 plus on the reg, but, like, even, like, dude, 80 miles an hour on a bike, like, yeah, it feels like nothing to me now, but, like, the first, like, that's fast, dude. Do 80 in a car and now be on a bicycle doing, like, you know what I mean? Like,
nothing around you.
Yeah,
Cagers
so, like,
are fucking queers.
Yeah, it's gnarly. Like, you'll get fucking... I'm not trying to be motorcycling's dangerous. Like, yeah, it's fucking dangerous, whatever the fuck. But my gripe with the guy, it's just like, I don't like, had he just came up on you fast and just zoomed by you like you were standing still, we wouldn't even be having this conversation.
Absolutely not.
It would have been a blip on your day's radar.
Wouldn't have even bothered me.
Just like had that lady just said, "Oh, sorry," and handed me the bag with the chicken sandwiches, I wouldn't even have told you about this. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like I don't understand why
people are making things so fucking difficult.
I'm not trying to like combine the two, but in your situation, I don't understand why on a bike you wouldn't.
And I don't understand why that lady didn't just fork over the fucking bag and just call it a day. Like, that's why I'm all hung up on that. But by the way, how do you like Disco Chuck? Have I ever explained this to you?
What the fuck is that?
It's my grandfather.
Sorry.
So my dad.
Sorry, Chuck.
My dad was cleaning out.
That's really aggressive.
The fuck's this guy?
This is fucking faggot.
This guy with the leisure.
I didn't even say anything bad.
He's just like, who the fuck is this guy? He doesn't like swearing either. You'll never watch this. So, but yeah, my dad was cleaning out the attic one time when he found this picture, and my dad thought
is
it was
he still alive?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah. He's my dad thought he was John Lithgow from Third Rock from the Sun.
That's your grandpa.
That's my grandpa. Yeah. So,
your dad thought that he was John Lithgow?
Yeah, because he kind of looks like John Lithgow.
He thought his own dad was
No, not my dad's dad. This is my mom's dad. My mom. Okay, wait. So
I'm lost here.
Yeah. Here. So my mom had a stepdad that adopted her when she was like 7 or 8 years old. And her biological father was just like estranged from the family for a really long time. And her brother have 2 different dads. So Johnny's dad adopted my mom. So my mom called him dad. But then there was like a period about like 25, 30 years ago when I was born where my mom and some of her stepsisters, because she had stepsisters she didn't know about, rekindled, and everybody went and met Grandpa Chuck. And
so that's your mom's biological dad.
That's my mom's biological dad. So,
but he wasn't a good dad.
It's not that he wasn't a good dad. He just I don't know if I should really say this. Between him and his brother, they have enough ex-wives to start a softball team.
That's pretty cool. My Uncle Dick was married 5 times.
Dude, yeah, right.
So
it's like the third one didn't stick. Like, come the fuck on.
Imagine getting the 4th invite and you're like, I gotta bring another fucking toaster oven. Like, what the fuck,
dude? Right? It's like, where are we doing this?
I gotta duke another $200 fucking to cover my plates for this stupid fucking party. Like,
oh my god. But yeah,
weddings stink.
So my dad didn't know what he looked like because my grandfather wasn't in the picture at this point. Like, my grandfather, like, he was just some vague guy in my dad's like my mom's life that my mom like talked about, but my dad like didn't know any of her like really like he didn't know what he looked like. There was no internet back then. This was like the late 80s, early 90s. So my dad's just like cleaning out the attic one day and he finds this picture of John Lithgow, so he thinks, and he calls my
that doesn't really look like him, like kind of.
He calls my mom, hey, Renee, why the hell do you have a framed picture of John Lithgow in a fucking disco suit? She's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
You gotta like post the picture of that on there.
She's just confused what my dad's even talking about, and like just like, you're on drugs, or like, are you drinking? Like, what the fuck? So there just is this like giant miscommunication.
And this house is new, so it's not like
no, it wasn't this house. It was the old house.
I was gonna say maybe you could be like, maybe the old homeowner left it up there.
No,
or something.
I think it was when we had a barn, like where this house is. There used to be a barn, and then my house was a house. But yeah, I think my dad might have been cleaning the barn out, maybe. So it was like something they moved and like was just put there, and he didn't know.
Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, he just didn't know my mom had this. And like, so my mom like comes over and is like, oh my fucking god, that's my dad. He's like, that's not John. He's like, no, that's my dad, Chuck. Like, it's
my dad.
Yeah, like, it was so fucking fun. It was just like a miscommunication that ended up being like hilarious. So yeah, this has been nicknamed Disco Chuck ever since. And every time like a family member comes over that doesn't know who he is, we show them this, and they're like, who the hell is this? Why do you have a framed picture of John Lithgow? Like half the time, that's what my own family asks. We're like, no, that's my grandpa. Chuck Raymond, the fucking man. He's the coolest guy. He was an anesthesiologist. He actually called me and told me after my he wanted to check in on me. Shout out Grandpa. Like, I don't think he's gonna listen. I don't think my aunt's gonna listen.
Were him and your mom cool?
Yeah, totally.
You said he was estranged from the family, but was like he in her life as a kid?
Not as a kid. No, later in life. Like when I was born, he came back in.
When he was like she was like 30 something.
When she had me, so yeah, so it was like early or mid 30s. Yeah.
Yeah, it stinks.
I mean,
I think about shit like that. Like, you know, God forbid with Vincent, something happens and like
I gotta raise him.
Me and Tina aren't together, and then it's like I'm not saying that's gonna happen, but I'm saying like the Joey Diaz situation with his first daughter, where it's like he just I'm like,
it's just a person that exists that you have no context.
Yeah, I just look at him. I'm like, this can't happen. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's not an option.
Well,
like,
I guess because the honeymoon phase is over, completely phased out. But Sonia had a really sad story about that. But it was actually like, I don't know why this just jogged my mind, but she was estranged from her father too. And when she but he still like lived in the same town. Apparently, he like ran into her and her kids and didn't realize it was like her kids. Like he just was like, oh, little kids, like hi children, and it was like super sweet. But she like realized who it was and was like, fuck you, like or whatever.
Did he know?
No, he didn't know. I don't know it was her. She didn't. He had died not knowing that he had met his grandkids, which is like fucking. That's like one of those like whack things where it's like, you bitch, you should have just said like something like, hey, these are your grandkids, you fucking old Nazi fuck.
Damn, that's a shame.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, fuck him.
That was a Nazi. I can't say this now. She had a grandfather that was an SS officer.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't even look at that as bad. Like that's pretty cool.
It's that picture I sent you today. It's like that guy.
That's just sick. Yeah. That's like a fun story.
Yeah. I don't. He was great in the war. I don't. No, I'm happy. Like in hindsight, I'm really happy I didn't have to like explain that to all my Jewish friends. That like, no, he died.
You don't gotta explain that.
I don't. I got to.
You already got a lot of explaining to do when you're marring the German person.
I had to. They're
not going to ask about pop-up. They're going to be like, let's go with fucking Blondie over here.
Why is she speaking Argentinian Spanish?
What are you doing over there, Tarzan?
Why was Grandpa's name Carlos at the end of his life? Oh man, I watched a pretty cool movie the other day called The Menu with the chick from Joy Luck Club, whatever fucking name is, Anya Taylor-Joy or whatever.
I don't know. Actors.
She's the Queen's Gambit chick, with the really big eyes. She was in The Witch.
I probably recognize the face.
The Vivitch. She's the naked chick in The Vivitch, the oldest sister in The Vivitch. Yeah. So she's in this movie, and it's got Ralph Fiennes in it. Fiennes, however you say his name, Fiennes, whatever. He's the chef.
Ralph Jewbag.
Ralph fucking Frenchie.
Stein boy.
Ralph fucking Baguette.
I put my name as Stein every time I order cold cuts at ShopRite.
Why?
I don't know.
It's pretty funny.
They gotta come out Stein, and I'm just like, that's me.
Is this the kosher cuts?
I don't know why I do it,
That's
bro.
hilarious. You should order shellfish that way. You should seriously order like a pound of shrimp that way. It's like lobster. Get a whole lobster.
It's usually like ham and shit. It's not for me. I pre-order when I do Instacart, not to go back into work, but I pre-order the cold cuts before I get there, just so it gets done faster, type thing. So I put in my real name once, and I was just like, I just want to do something fun. So I was gonna do like some fucking weird one, and then I was like, I don't know, and I just went with James Stein.
There's this guy that worked at my college. There's a place where you go get sandwiches, kind of similar to like the way like the deli section is at like Acme. Like think old Wawa where it was just like a deli. It was
That's
like
how
that.
It is. Yeah, we shout it out.
Yeah, like
take a number.
We had it was called Hof USA, or everybody called it Hofusa, but Hofstra's USA. It's like this international part of the quad where everybody goes, and they used to have a bar, but when I was there it wasn't a bar, it was a nightclub that served tapas, so we called it Tapas and Hofusta. And so Hafusa, we get drunk.
That rules. I love fucking fun nicknames.
Yeah, like little silly nicknames like that.
Hafusa just like gave me some serotonin. Yeah, like, I would love to be like, I'm going down to Hafusa.
Yeah, I'll catch you down to fucking Hafusa, man. Oh, and then they tried to really push this one. There's the founders of the college were Kate and Willie. So they have these like two lions that are Kate and Willie. But the varsity teams are all called the Pride because the Kate and Willie, the Lions. It's like, I don't know how it's all tied together, but it's like the Pride is all like the varsity, like so like the basketball team and the track team. But then all the JV teams are the Flying Dutchmen.
Really?
It's like they picked the blackest fucking thing they could think of for the varsity black athletes, and then the whitest JV kids.
The Flying Dutchman is a dope name.
It's pretty cool too.
I just think of SpongeBob. That
I do
fucking
too.
guy.
Yeah. I was really happy to be one season on the Flying Dutchman, then I quit Ultimate Frisbee.
You are so gay.
It was I wanted to kick my own ass. But the only thing was
I thought you were gonna say lax. I'm like, damn, Joey played college lax.
No, only one season of college Ultimate Frisbee, and it was the gayest.
Did you consider college lax, Alex?
I did. I just their coach was a cunt. Like I there was no way I didn't get recruited. That's a D1 school, so there's no chance I'm playing fucking varsity.
I just meant like maybe even like.
Well, club was like an option.
D2 club or whatever, the club team or the even
D3 club was on the table, and I fucking go there.
That'd be sick. I had so many hockey bros that played D3 club and like lived the dream for 4 years, bro. Like,
the day I went to go and meet with the coach blew me off, and I had a Seymour reaction. It was like, "Well, fuck you! Your team's not good enough for me." And I just went and signed up for Ultimate Frisbee out of spite, and then hated it, and it was like, "Well, I didn't play a sport. I just sold weed in college."
Yeah, that's pretty cool. But there's something
but
in that immediate moment that is so, when you boil over and you just say fuck you to someone that you're not supposed to say to, it's like, it's the best feeling. And then immediately after, you're like, I shouldn't have done that. I should have played lacrosse. I would have a girlfriend. I'd be married right now. We wouldn't be doing this But
podcast.
in that instant, it is the best feeling.
Yeah.
Because it's not something that you do very often. You know what I mean?
Well, anyway,
you might.
Well, every day at the waitresses. Your job is picking shit up, putting shit down, collecting money, and pressing buttons incorrectly. Why can't you get your fucking orders right? Fuck you, Joe!
That's like literally you sound like the Wendys worker talking about me.
Yeah.
Like, your job is to pick bags up and put them fucking down on people's porches. You're a fucking loser.
No, back to Hot Boost though, because you'll like this. So there was like a way you would, instead of taking a ticket, you would have like a little sandwich card, and it would just be what your order was. So you want a pound of deli meat, shit, like, quantity, whatever. You don't write your full name though; they make you write your initials. So once we realized, they just start yelling any initials out every fucking time. It was
NIG.
LS. No, so this black guy with a real weird voice. He was like, "Oh, high pitched like this," and he would yell. He kind of sounded like Cat Williams when he's like on a rant. And so he's like, LSD, PCP. RFID, and it was like anything you'd write, you'd say, "Well, we found a line." My roommate one day, Evans, shout out Evans, he wrote KKK, and he would not. But we did get the funniest reaction out of him. He goes, "Oh hell no!" And we knew whose order it was, and he did not like it one bit. But it was so fucking funny.
He didn't.
He was not happy.
He didn't like when you did NIG either.
No, we didn't do that one. We did NGL, and he got kind of mad about that one. So
what's NGL?
Not gonna lie,
that's not bad.
Yeah. PCP was a pretty good one.
PCP got me.
He really
I
sold
remember
it.
you told the story a while ago, and you told me the LSD version. But
LSD?
LSD followed by PCP is fucking hilarious.
Dude,
that's what I was going to do with the ShopRite one. I was going to be like James Big Assin or something, and I was just like, I don't want to put any vulgar shit in this, and then like somehow they figure out that I'm working right now. Like,
this isn't like making fun of them for being dumb.
So I just did a fake Jew name, which is probably more fireable.
You're not part of the tribe, you are.
Oh, dude, I took a fat dump in the Jewish Community Center.
I know you showed me that. That was pretty dope.
I didn't flush it.
Nice.
I left. I never do that. Now I get why people do that now. I felt like a bandit walking out there, dude. I'm looking at the front desk like, oh, they got no idea, bro.
You should have been a
dude,
pee-pee
it was
monster
legit
too.
like this. It was a missile. It was a
you
fucking,
showed me. It's like peeking out of the
torpedo,
water. Yeah, dude, that thing was a fucking football.
As someone who normally shits mashed potatoes, like I was proud of this fucking weapon that I just laid down. And then the only reason I left this fucking Lincoln Log in their fucking toilet, an immaculate bathroom, best public bathroom I ever shit in while I was working. Normally it's McDonald's and it's terrible, but I delivered like 20 fucking food trays for this giant like conference they're having, and they didn't tip me anything. I got paid like $12. It's like DoorDash pay $12, tip $0. I was just like, what the fuck, dude? This was like a $600 order. Like you can't give me $10. Like I wouldn't even have been mad if they threw me like $5 or $10.
Well,
like,
we would have.
I had to go into this auditorium and like set the fucking sandwich trays up, dude. So I just went in and just dropped a fucking bomb, and I was just like, this is a real scumbag move, but I was like, I was texting you live action. I was like, I'm gonna leave it.
Two wrongs don't make a right, but that's certainly fucking even. That's
picturing the fucking old Judo walking in like, huh? It was in the handicap stall too, so I just bombed out like the fucking sacred stall, dude.
Wait,
someone old's gonna find this. Did I ever
tell you that I think that it's more fucked up to use the handicap stall than it is to use the handicap parking space? Because like, which one is really more urgent? Like, come on, let's be fucking real.
My grandmom used to spaz about people using the handicap stall.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm saying like,
and she could kind of walk, but she had bad knees. She was really fat. She was just a fat lady on the mobility scooter in her 60s, and she was like, the handicap people need rights.
Well, I learned it down south because every Walmart has like 2 handicap stalls, but it's not because they're handicapped. It's just because they're so wide. They need that. So if you're blowing up a fucking handicap stall and one of those McWides comes in and is like, oh no, man, I gotta take a shit. It's like they're gonna just poop their pants or try and squeeze into the it's an urgent thing, and I'm like, well, I'm not gambling on this ever again. But then it made me think, like, why is there a $200 fine associated for parking in that handicap spot when, like, in reality, you could just be like, I have a handicap placard and somebody's parking there. Can I just park in front of the fire lane? Like until like they leave or whatever. It's like kind of seems reasonable for that as opposed to like
how are you going to enforce this?
I don't know.
It should be more punishable. It's like
it's a stone.
I'm going to write you a citation. Some Jewish guy fucking badge in the bathroom. you got to have a check IDs at the fucking handicap stall. Like, are you actually retarded?
Yeah. That's that
is a big.
You're spitting on my floor.
It's
you're Chinese. The guy. Oh man, dude! Did I tell you that? Wait! I gotta tell you about the guy I met. I met two professionals this week playing poker. I met a dude that's bowling on. What's the one in Dallas? The big open that they have down there, the Professionals Tour or the Professionals Classic. That's what it's called. He just bowled in the.
Is he in the PBA?
Yeah.
You know his name?
Yes, Charles something or other. I'm not
He's
gonna. He's
probably sick.
He's great.
Dude,
he's a great sit too. He just sits and plays poker with me, and I was like, "Hey, do you know so and so from the Thursday Night League of Kingpin?" He's like, "Oh, hell yeah, great guy." And
he's
I'm like,
from around here.
He's from Egg Harbor. Yeah, he's
in the PBA.
Yeah, he was like, dude, he was looking while he was.
He's
playing,
not on TV, but he's like a PBA sanctioned ranked fucking.
No, he's on TV.
Oh, really?
Dude, he was setting up. I think I told you about this.
If you're in the PBA, I think that you go and like they qualify, and like if you make the tournament, then you're on TV. Like he makes tournaments and shit.
Yeah, he makes tournaments. So while he was playing,
Sorry,
just look up. Or no, not AHT. Cherry Hill. He's from Cherry Hill. His name's like Charles something or Chuck. But
Charles something PBA bowler.
Yeah, I mean, just like try it. But it's harder. He'll probably be easier to find than the other professional guy I met. But anyway, this dude was taking phone calls, setting up charity tournaments in like Tennessee while he's playing poker. And then like while he's on a phone call about one of these charity tournaments, he has a 3-way all-in that he has the nuts on. He has the absolute nuts on a flush. And just like fucking rakes like completely stacks two dudes and just rakes in $600 and is like, all right, I gotta go give a bowling lesson and set up these tournaments. I'll see you guys later. The smoothest fucking thing I've ever seen. There's just people.
Think it was real, or he didn't want everyone to bitch that he just took a big win and was leaving.
No, it was a real tournament. He was setting them up all afternoon. There was people calling him nonstop.
I say that's a real slick scam to like text your buddy and be like, call me right now.
There's a professional.
Like, something came up.
There's a professional that he said the guy's full name. It's Pat something. Pat.
So I looked up Cherry Hill PBA bowler, and the only thing that comes up is Eric Cornog.
It's not Eric.
Cherry Hill, age 33.
No, he's way older than that. He's like 60s. He might be in like the senior tour or something like that, but it is televised because I asked him, have you been on TV?
Yeah, I think of his full name. We don't have to show it. I want to follow him on like social media and check him out.
You know what? Next time I'm there, actually tonight, because he knows all the guys that bowl in my league, I'll just be like, what's so-and-so that plays poker over there? Because Nick's dad Nick's dad works at Harris, so he probably knows who the guy is. Anyway, the second guy I met is a pool professional. He's on the Canadian national team. Shout out, Carlin. You're a cool dude. That was the most fun I've had playing poker with you. I played 2 sessions with this guy. He lost $100 the first session and then carved it back off everybody that dusted him on the second session. Just got he's a Canadian guy from Ontario. His name's I fucking looked it up. His grandfather is his cousin's father is the guy that passed Bobby Orr the picture where he's extended when he scored that goal, the pass that went right before that goal. That's his cousin's grandfather or cousin's father.
No shit. So that's his uncle.
That's his uncle. So this guy used to play hockey professionally. Got seasick a little bit too much with the CTE, so he switched to pool. So he plays pool professionally for the Canadian national team, and he's about to go play in.
What level did he play hockey?
He was like D2, I think. He didn't go very far, but he was on his way up to D1.
He played professional, like junior or something?
Yeah, it was like junior D2. He didn't go to D1. He said that he got too many concussions and couldn't cut it up there, because if he went D1, he would have gone
D2
semi.
in Canada is like the NHL here.
That's what I'm saying. He said that it was fast. He said it was a really fast league. That's why he got concussed so much, because it was right on that cusp of like, are you going to do concussion protocol, or are you going to take the salts and go back out? And they would just salt him and send him for another shift.
Oh, yeah, no. And in the era when our generation, age 30 or whatever, was playing contact sports, concussions still weren't taken as seriously.
Yeah, like so
They literally
he's like
feel
in his mid.
that famous saying like, "Oh, you got your bell rung."
Yeah.
Like it's just like get back out there, like you know what I mean.
He said he had a bunch
Especially
of those.
at that level where it's like you're chasing the dream. It's like, am I going to sit for 2 weeks or am I going to just fucking hit
your
the
logic,
salts and fucking run? Like, you know what I mean?
Carlin, I gave him the info on the pod. Like, if you listen, just comment, man. We'd love to fucking throw you, like, shout you out.
I played D3 club high school hockey. I never went anywhere with it, but
you would have loved this guy.
Yeah, no, I fucking love.
He's Canadian
just
as fuck too.
Picking actually good hockey players' brains who like play at high levels, or even just an average Canadian player is like elite to me as a South Jersey ice hockey player.
That's what I'm saying. Like you would have really dug this dude, but he was super nice. He was funny as fuck. He was drunk. He was drinking the whole time, and he was just messing with people. He's apparently a manager. Like he plays pool professionally on the Canadian national team. I forget what the tournament is. He told me. I got to fucking.
He's probably so sick at pool.
But he was like, we were talking. He was like, oh, I didn't realize people down here. Like I said, cutthroat. I said I like playing cutthroat at bars. And he's like, oh, I didn't realize people play that down here. I was like, yeah, it's like a lot. I suck at 9-ball, but like I like cutthroat. It's like
what the fuck's cutthroat?
It's first, middle, last. So you got 3 players. You defend you pick top. Whichever you get in first, you can select from the other 2. So if like let's say I sink the 9-ball, I can go first 5 or 11 to 15. But you got to defend your middle, and then everybody else is fair game, and then they're trying to do the same, and it's just fun. Yeah. It's like a fun drinking game. Like
I've never really played 9-ball. I've only ever played like traditional 8-ball. I
played 9-ball like a handful of times, and I just suck
confusing.
At it. It's
I played it on like the 8-ball pool app on the phone, and like there's so many weird little rules where it's like if you touch this ball before it touches that, I'm like I can't. It's like me trying to learn craps. Like it's not clicking for me. Like
it just it's not. It takes all the fun. I don't
know how to disassemble a flywheel. I'm never gonna be able to work on a car. I'm not gonna fucking understand 9-ball or craps. Like I've tried. I remember you explaining craps to me on like 10 car rides to the city in a row is like how I felt trying to explain the intricacies of gig work and like the DoorDash app to you. Because like I said, if anyone who does that shit listens to me, they're gonna fully understand my pain and like that the stupidity and like just the like I said, the inside baseball of it. Yeah. But
I don't think you're stupid or anything. I really understand. I'm sympathetic. I'm very sympathetic to it. Yeah, it's just, it's crazy. It's like way like it's super convoluted, and that's why I'm like, well, this would just make sense to do it this way. And you're like, no, I can't do it this way because it's like there's already 3 other things going on simultaneously that prevent that from happening.
In a perfect world, I just call the guy and say, hey, got the wrong order. I'm gonna be there. But like, there's a timer counting on the screen that I'm watching, and it's going down rapidly. Like, it's just like you're fucked. Like,
well, so that dude was cool, but he did one thing that was it's like a faux pas, and I'm very sure it's a Canadian thing as opposed to an American thing. And it's like it was funny. It was fucking cool because he knew what he was doing, and it's like anyone else, it was like, but he made the entire table uncomfortable, which made me happy because that makes me laugh so much harder, dude. So. This guy, we had like a couple Asian dealers, and he's Canadian. So like up in Canada for whatever reason, he's in Toronto, and I was like, I know that there's a shitload of like Vietnamese, Chinese, and like Laotian people, Filipinos, all these like little pockets of like hardcore immigrants that are in Toronto. And so he works at a casino, and he speaks a little bit of like all of these. So he's speaking a little Filipino, he's speaking a little Chinese, and then this one dealer sat down, and he was like, oh, like I've never seen a name like yours before. You must be from here. And she was like, no. And then like he started trying to guess which Asian country she was from. And there's like a couple Asians at the table and a whole bunch of geezers that are like Vietnam veterans. Then I'm just like, they're all like turning red in the face and like looking at each other like this is uncomfortable. Like you shouldn't be asking an Asian what flavor of Asian you are. But he knew what he was doing. He knew she was Chinese. So he's just fucking around. And he made the whole dynamic of the table shift. I've never seen somebody do that so expertly, which is why it was funny. But then, and it made everybody uncomfortable too. But I was just like tired and hungry at this point. I was down. I was like, I'm tired. I just want to go home. I fucking this black dude sits down with dreadlocks and he just starts calling him Snoop Dogg. And he's like, actually, my nickname is Chill. And it's like, he's like, do you say that with a Y or an IL? And he's like, but I might start saying why. It's so fucking awkward.
This
but
guy's just chirping at the fucking table, dude.
He's drinking.
I think
the
that
whole
is a
fucking,
Canadian
he's
thing.
just drinking. He's like, I can't really get drunk on beer down here. It's like, well, first off, you're drinking Bud Lights, but like, second, it's like you're probably at a higher elevation.
That's a hockey bro thing.
Yeah, like
big chirp culture and fucking hockey.
Dude, fucking major.
He just with the bros, dude. And he probably chirps in pool too.
Oh, totally. He was telling me about how fucking funny. Well, first
Canadians are fucking bros.
He hit me with movies that I actually knew. We were talking about movies, and he's like, "There's this movie I guarantee you've never seen." It was like The Color of Money, and he's like, "Did you fucking read my mind?" He's like, "It was
Paul Newman,
Tom and fucking Tom Cruise."
Yeah, I watched that like a year ago.
And then did you ever see the prequel to it?
No.
It's I hit him with it the other day, but it's like
I like The Color of Money. I just didn't like the ending. It was very abrupt.
Pool Hall Junkies is the sequel to that one, and Pool Hall Junkies is like one of my favorites. I think it's my favorite of the three. But then the Color of Money is prequel by it's Paul Newman. You know how Paul Newman is like the teacher and Tom Cruise is the protege, and that one Paul Newman's the fucking the protege, and I just gotta fucking look this up real quick.
Is there an even older geese playing his teacher?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the guy he learned from back in the day or something?
I gotta fucking look this up.
Are they making Paul Newman look young in this? How'd they go about this? They dye his hair or something?
Prequel. Let me because I'll just fucking look it up. The Hustler, that's what it's called. The Hustler. It's
what's Paul Newman look like?
Paul Newman is like 18. Maybe he looks just like fucking James Dean. Like,
oh, so that came out.
Yeah, so this was like 1961,
okay.
and it was
I
like
thought you were saying it came out after.
Oh no!
And it was a prequel. And I'm like, how are they making Paul Newman look younger?
No. Prequel, like as in like it actually took place in 1961. Like they filmed it in 1961, and then the sequel is Tom Cruise. That's in the 80s, and then Pool Hall Junkies is like early 2000s. And like they're a trilogy. I don't even know if it's like an official trilogy, but it's like everybody kind of is in it.
Put the pieces together.
Yeah, it's like because like Tom Cruise is in Pool Hall Junkies, but like a lot of people are that are like, yeah, just watch them. They're fucking awesome.
I didn't know there was other films related to that at all. I thought it was a standalone.
I heard about it on War Mode initially, and I was like, wait a minute, I've seen the Tom Cruise movie, and I've seen Pool Hall Junkies like when I was a little kid, but it didn't really make any sense to me. So then I went back, watched The Hustler, and then I watched Color of Money, and then I watched Pool Hall Junkies. I was like, okay, this is all clicking for me. It was like The Hustler's like cool. It's a little dated, but it's like neat, like seeing the ins and outs of like, because like as a degenerate gambler myself, that's all these dudes are is degenerate gamblers, and they just play racks against each other all fucking night for multiple nights, like back to back to back to back.
Pool is huge gambling.
Dude, like fucking massive. They're all doing speed and like fucking drinking and
Rogan
shit.
talks about it on
like Rogan is like probably the most accessible fucking our podcasting. Our podcast.
Or my buddy Rogies.
No, one of our
Saint Rogies.
Saint Rogies.
I just do my best Shane impersonation this whole time. Like, this guy's a bro.
This guy's a fucking bro.
I've been listening to too much of the fucking Shane and Matt secret podcast.
I've been listening to Come Town, so I'm all abstract.
You ever find yourself like unintentionally like doing an impersonation of another comic?
No, but I do say I'm gay a lot.
Yeah, I do that Shane bit a lot.
Well, no, I say Stavros, like doing like the suck on my penis.
Yeah,
can't suck.
We went through a come down phase on here for sure.
I still am in one because like I was just like I'm at work.
I just hack Shane like hard the whole time.
The new thing, it's like it's more that there's this family I work with, and like we can start wrapping up. We've been talking for an hour and 45.
Shout out to Shane for like making it cool to say that's gay again.
Yeah. That's fucking gay,
It's a fucking breath of fresh air. He's always just like, that's gay. And I'm like, haven't heard that in a while, dude. It's fucking really nice.
Well, if you watch fucking Dave Smith's new special, he's got a joke that's like just titled like I will die on retard faggot hill. And it's like about like that. You don't mean to like offend anybody, but it's like those are words that we grew up with. And like God, anyway, so I gotta tell you about these fucking people I work with. I work with this family, and the husband works on the line with me, and then his wife and his daughter, one's the counter person and one of them's a waitress.
Do they love it, or is it?
They're just like they just live at the restaurant, like they're fucking the tenants that live above.
What a fucking life, dude!
They live the Bob's Burgers life, man. It's pretty crazy.
Wild. Do they get along? Or are they like we spend too much fucking time together?
It's kind of tense at times, but it's nothing like egregious. It's like they're just it's human shit. I'll leave it at that. So like they're humans and they have their struggles. So like we'll just leave it at that. But everybody works and everybody gets along. So their daughter is like 15, and for whatever fucking reason is like she's insanely creative, but she like is a bully because she's a teenage girl. So I shave my head and like have a mustache. So she comes in one day and just starts telling me that my name is fucking Steve Harvey, and then like She's like, Joe changed his name to Steve Harvey, and Steve Harvey was a big fan of. And then she like just does these like ad libs where like all of a sudden I'm Steve Harvey, and I'm best friends with Anne Frank, and I'm very inspired by Anne Frank, and that's how I found my fortune in comedy, because the writing and personality of a young girl was what. And I'm like, it's just this like fucking nonsense, and she's like cornered me, and I was like, and this is what you're doing, and then. So, like, we just, like, I gave up on, like, trying to fight it. I've, like, played into it. So now her name is Beverly Sinclair. But then I changed it to Trish the Fish the other day because she was skinning salmon. So, like, Trish the Fish skins the best salmon. And she's like, I am Trish the Fish. She doesn't like Beverly Sinclair too much, though. But that one's her dad.
There is good camaraderie like that working in a restaurant.
It's like, it's just retarded.
You just, people, like, goof off with fucking waitresses. Like, when...
her
whatever.
Yeah, but her...
Bus balls.
But then, like, her dad, who works on the line, his thing this last week was there's a soccer player that plays for, I think, Manchester United. His name is Darwin Nunez, and he scored a goal.
What a first name, dude!
What a fucking name in general, Darwin Nunez. Darwin. He's gonna watch this whole thing. And
what's the nickname for that? Derry.
No, so like that's a pretty good one right there. All right, so Nick likes soccer, so one of his friends that I think it was his stepbrother actually like sent him this like TikTok of this guy who was like he wrote a song where it's like to that so Nick just comes in one day going Darwin Nunez, he's our number 9, and like we're just like where is this coming from, and he showed us the TikTok and it doesn't like click because none of us watch soccer.
Did he like score a goal?
Yeah, he scored a goal, and he's like, and some fan just was like real hyped and wrote a song about it.
Yeah.
So this whole like last week, everything has just been Darwin Nunez. So like a song comes on the radio, it's like Darwin Nunez is not like, and it's just all fucking week with this shit. And like we're Beverly Sinclair, and I'm fucking Steve Harvey, but I changed it so now I'm fucking Timothy Scabs.
When you said the mustache and shaved head, Steve Harvey is not who I thought she was gonna say in that story. That fucking tickled me. That got me.
And now I'm Timothy Scabs, but then like Scabs was too gross because I had scabs on my arm. So like she's just chipping me, which is like hilarious. She has no idea who Chip is, but like it's just Chip humor. So then I'm Timothy Sourdough Bread and Butter because I shaved my mustache and my hair. And that's where
it's gay now.
The
story's gay.
Yeah, just be Shane.
Cute little nicknames. Fucking what's Olivia McLaren mean or whatever?
No, Beverly Sinclair. Did you say Vivically McLaren?
Olivia McLaren is what I meant to say.
Nick's gonna love that. We're gonna have to stop calling her Vivically McLaren.
I meant to say Olivia, but I fucking stumbled.
Olivia McLaren.
McLaren. I'm having a stroke over here, dude.
It's fucking. My fucking neck hurts from yelling at that fucking
holy
spick.
Shit.
The fucking brown noses, dude. Fucking brown noses are fucking driving me crazy, dude. All those fucking Mexicans on the boardwalk. Did I send you that Snapchat of them on the fucking boardwalk having?
I thought that was some like right wing propaganda, but then I was getting live footage of Joe in the city just being swarmed by the Mexi bros, by the lads.
So there's this like fucking like they dropped all these illegals off in Atlantic City, and they're trying to pretend. Oh wait, so
are they illegal?
Yeah. It's all the ones that they were trying to get into New York, and fucking the mayor just turned them away or whatever. So now they're in Atlantic City, and it's bred this like two very funny situations to happen. And then we can end on this. One is that, you know that thing that the black dudes on Florida Ave do right by like Boardwalk Hall where they just set up a boom box, like a stage monitor from a concert venue, and just blast rap music and chop it up like at full volume. Yeah. It's like they're in no man's land though, so they can get away with doing it. They're not like disturbing any homes or like people on the board. They're just like right on that one corner of.
They don't give a fuck if they're disturbing anyone, dude.
Yeah, but like they're doing their thing. So there's that going on all weekend, and then like I'm hearing this. And then I walk like a block, and then I start hearing the like. The Mexicans have taken this as a sign to move a block down and bring a shopping cart full of like Gatorade and just have a little fiesta where they're doing the same thing with the job site JBL fucking speakers where they're just like drinking Gatorades and beers and shit on the boardwalk and like just blasting music. And then like every day they both were encroaching closer to each other, and it was just confusing.
That's a beef waiting to happen, dude.
Like, and I'm like, what the hell is going on here? So I was just like, I was trying to avoid that whole situation, but then. All right, you know how there's that fugitive loose in fucking Westchester?
They got him.
Yeah. So the morning before they got him, the morning that he was like still on the loose, so it was September 12th because I caught him yesterday. It was the 13th. So the 12th, I wake up and I go for a walk on the boardwalk, and because of this Mexican beef, this fucking Mexican standoff thing going on with the black people. There's like this
turf war.
Normally they have like those people in the green vests and shit go around and like wake the vagrants up and whatnot. But it's like once they just kind of like, hey, like, you know, it's time to start moving or whatever. So like every fucking bum that was on the boardwalk, like these people were just like swarming, like, you know, all the green vests, all like the liaison police are just like going and waking these people up, and it's like, hey, you guys gotta move and whatnot. I think it's because they're trying to pretend like there isn't a bunch of people with nowhere to go. Oh, so there's also like people camping on the beach. There was like a dozen tents on the beach in front of Tropicana, like, and it's not like, you know, beach camping time. It's like a monsoon with a lightning storm.
They didn't give them like vouchers for hotels or something. Why the fuck did they just dump them off here? And they're like,
so like, it's just created this like situation that they're kind of dealing with. They're like, they're all good, like they're not like in like, you know, destitution, but they're just like scrambling to figure it out. So like to pretend like this isn't happening, to keep the boardwalk somewhat clean, they're like moving all these people. So I'm like, you know, walk a block, two vest people, they're like waking up a guy and his wife, like that are sleeping in front of Boardwalk Hall. And then I walk a block, you know, there's a guy under Rainforest Cafe, there's a guy waking him up. So I get to like the other side.
And these are all Mexies.
And these are all Mexies.
This is like an uncommon sight in Atlantic City.
I mean, like, not like it's a lot of bums, but it was like, you know, just people.
It's typically not.
So, but
tons of lads getting woken
not
up
like
on the
all
boardwalk.
of them. There was some black people and like just some like crazy white people. Like,
but this is an unusual amount.
Yeah, it's a
fresh
surplus.
lads,
it's a surplus. So, but here's where it gets funny. So there's like every block, there's just people getting like woken up by these like, you know, public works and like liaison officers and whatnot. But like, keep in mind, this fugitive guy's at large, and he's got a Latin American name because he's from Brazil. So there's this like 5-foot Mexican guy that's kind of pale with scraggly beard that's like passed out, and there's like alcoves near where like the Claridge and Bally's are. And I guess he was just passed out, and he kind of vaguely matched the description of the guy. So there's like 9 cop cars on him, and like dudes with their fucking SWAT gear getting ready to like go take this guy down. And he's just wandering around like, no, it's not me, it's not me, it's not me. They thought he was the fugitive. They thought he ended up in Atlantic City somehow.
Damn.
And they were like, all these fucking, it was the most paranoid thing I've ever fucking seen. But I walked right past it. I sent a video of it, like, there was just like all these fucking cops, like, because it was like green vest, SWAT team, like, dude, fucking wild.
So like one cop saw him and then they just,
like
and
one of the,
all of a sudden they like,
yeah, because he was like kind of a short dude, like vaguely Hispanic, pale skin, looked
worth
like
checking out.
Yeah, like they let
him go though.
They let him go. It wasn't him because they found the guy like 12 hours later, like whatever. They found him in a wood pile. But yeah, that was.
I know the guy was a murderer, but for some reason, when someone escapes jail, I'm rooting for him.
Yeah, go for it, man. I mean, he stabbed his girlfriend.
Yeah, he was a complete piece of shit.
Yeah,
he's not someone you root for, but I'm just kind of like,
he stabbed
that guy fucking makes a break for it.
Good luck to you. You know, best wishes. Hunger Games.
It's gotta be tough to make it out of jail. How do you escape? Do you know the
he
deets?
He jumped up on a wall and like crabbed walk up while the guards weren't looking, and like just went over a wall like fucking Abbott and Costello. He just like, so there's like 2 walls, and he just like he just splinter celled it like right up there. He just like jumped and like worked his way up the wall, and then just went over the thing, and they fired the guard that was in the tower.
How did he get to the other side? Like
It was like, yeah, he just like
jumped down.
He just wiggled his way up and over. Like,
how high was it?
It was like 10 feet, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't very high. It was just like he just had to clear this like gate, and it was like the walls were close enough, so he just like thought like parkour and like went over, and then parkoured his way into a fucking guy's shed to get his 22 and started shooting at the cop or started shooting at people or whatever.
Nah, that's not cool.
Well,
I'm not rooting for that.
Nah, I mean he was on the lam though. He made it like 14 days or something like that. Like he's on there for a while.
Yeah. Dude. What do you? So he was still in the area, right?
Yeah, he was like they cordoned him off like in a square mile. He stole a van. I thought he would be like on like.
Say you got to get the fuck out of there.
He did.
Like,
he couldn't refuel the van. That's just it. Because like he didn't have money or a credit card, and it's like the van has plates that like, you know, if somebody sees that, they're saying something because $25,000 bounty on his ass. Like, hey, that van looks a little suspicious. Even if it's the wrong people, you know, might as well.
Yeah, like how do you get money? How do you?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you just go rob a gas station?
Well, he was trying to show up to people's houses that he used to work with around Philly, and everybody just wasn't home. And he like, I think like he changed clothes a couple times, so I think he just like found shit lying around. But you know, like he got pretty far, but like not far enough. But like the fact he got a car and didn't make it out of the county is wild to me. Like,
But I would have drove that thing till it ran out of gas.
It did. It ran out of gas.
I'm saying
like within the county.
Opposite direction.
No, in the county it ran out of gas.
Like
he made it like tank. No, he made it like 7 miles and then it ran out of gas.
It was on E. He robbed a car on E.
Yeah.
That is unfortunate.
There is. Yeah. Right. It was like
karma, dude.
Right?
Stab your girlfriend, dude. When you steal a car, it's empty.
Pendejo, maricón. I don't know if that's even Brazilian.
The amount of anxiety when you get out and now you got to try and dude, that kid just the amount of panic that guy was probably in, just like walking around or whatever, just trying to fucking put the pieces together, dude.
They took him down and like he was
probably relieved.
I mean, he was hiding in a woodpile, got attacked by a dog. I think he was just happy that like a fucking one of those police sniffing dogs or whatever apparently was like ripping his arm off.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, good shit.
And don't stab your girlfriend, and then you'll have to.
Moral
play stupid games, win stupid.
I kind of hate that argument now because it's been co-opted by such fucking trash people that are
dorks. I'm still annoyed at the guy on the fucking crotch rocket that didn't zoom by Grandma Joe doing 55 and a 50. Like, what the fuck is that guy's problem?
Don't talk down to me for doing 5 over, you ass.
I'm just saying, on a bike.
Grandma Joe doing 55.
I know how you drive, and you drive very conservatively. And to be on a bike and not zoom around you, it's like, why are you even on a bike?
Because you're
I know geezers go out and cruise, that's fine. But, like, if he was, like, 40 and under and he's on a crotch rocket, like, grow a set, dude.
Yeah, come on, buddy.
What the fuck do you even have that thing for?
To fucking try and get chicks. Like, that's why. You got a few Instagram.
There are dudes like that.
You got a few Instagram photos in front of it. You got your fucking name on it, dude. You're just trying to fucking pick up chicks. You're a fucking pickup artist. I don't know why I turned into Bill Burr there, but
that's the guys who like don't ride in inclement weather and they're just fucking.
That's a guy that carries a surfboard to the beach to fucking talk to women. It never goes out. Like that's what it is, and it's fair. You can do that. I had fun at the strip club though. Did I tell you about that?
No.
Yeah, I went to the titty bar.
And you did tell me about that.
Yeah, her name was Crystal.
I zoned out. I was thinking about Wendy's again. I'm like,
thinking about eating.
I'm gonna yell at that fucking lady right now.
Should I go by there and just like whip my dick out?
No, I was actually thinking, like you said, what if you get another order there? It's like,
should I go there and take a dump in there? Should I go in there and take a dump in there and leave it?
Take a dump in the urinal.
Take a dump in their fucking drive-through window.
I'm like the worst with that.
I could do fire in the hole. That would be pretty funny.
Shit is just like. Fucking after you snap like that, it's like so awkward to go back to that same place. Like, oh, dude. When I called the worker at Dunkin' a faggot, and then I had to go back there like a week later, I'm just like tail tucked. Oh, dude, so uncomfortable. Because in that moment you're mad, but then a week later you're like, I was kind of being an asshole. Like I probably shouldn't have cursed you out.
One of the biggest tail between the legs I've ever seen was there was this guy that came into McGowan's drunk. I was like maybe 16 at the time, and this guy was like hammered. It was 2:00 in the afternoon. He'd been drinking on the beach like all morning, all afternoon. He comes in hammered, and he's already a problem off the bat because of his disposition. He's pushing people out of the way to get into his.
Hell yeah!
So he's like shoving. And like you just imagine this big Irish fucking dude on
he's
like
having fun.
He's having a good time. He's just like it's like swaying and shit. So he gets up there. He goes, "I need a double cheeseburger." We don't have a double cheeseburger on our menu, but it was like one of those things where like upon request we'll just make you 2 cheeseburgers, hold the bun on one, and then it wasn't even like a POS system or whatever. We just had a system that we used to like make everything so all the quantities of shit would time out. Anyway. That's my inside baseball for the day. He made a ridiculous fucking request. He wanted like fried eggs and like hash browns, like bacon, peanut butter and jelly, onions, sauteed, raw, fried, like the whole 9 yards. And we're like, no, we're not. Like, onion rings, like the boss hears this going down. And there's like another 16-year-old taking his order, and he's just drunk and being completely rude and obnoxious. So my boss comes in and takes him by the fucking collar of his shirt and drags him outside and tells him to get the fuck off the fucking premises before he calls the cops, or we get the fucking dishwasher to come out here and beat his ass, which was me, and I wasn't planning on doing that. But he didn't know that. It was just a bluff. So anyway.
I bring him out here, you fucking cunt.
Bring him out here. I saw that little red-eyed faggot in there. He
comes and gets you. Like,
he comes back there, drags me out by my
big ask, buddy.
Yeah, but like, so anyway, the guy gives it a week, comes in clean-shaven in a suit, and with a written formal apology that he read to my boss. And my boss said, "You're still not allowed to eat here, but I appreciate the sincerity, and you're more than welcome to come back in a year." And it was like, "Yep." Like,
in a year.
In a year. Yeah.
But you can't eat there?
I mean, just like he wouldn't serve him that day because my boss was still pretty heated about it. He said it was like a big move. Like after the guy left, he was like, "That's very like brazen of him. Like I was very bold. Like that's a smart man's way of like handling that situation, and like the year punishment is something he's gonna have to deal with, but like, you know, like he accepted it and he was cool. He came in later, like last year I worked there, I remember that guy coming in and he was like exponentially fatter because like he was kind of like college chubby, like probably like a, you know, super senior or something like that, and like some like fucking frat at Temple. So it's like just like, you know, I'm gonna do the Tommy Boy thing, like I'm gonna get through. It comes down on the weekend and then just gets completely humbled by my fucking boss. Changes his ways a little bit, but like never really changed. He
was a younger dude and he pulled up in a suit?
Yeah, just like 23, 24 probably.
No shit. Yeah. I was picturing like an older dude.
Nah, this is like a big fat,
like a big burly old Irish.
Like a big fucking drunken college guy that was like, you know, like a linebacker in high school but couldn't make varsity. Yeah.
I thought it was an Irish geese.
No, it was like this fucking just drunk ass fucking kid. All right, I gotta piss and I gotta get going.
What do you want to wrap up on?
I don't know. My condoms.
Anything to plug?
Can Man. I'm gonna start doing Can Man again.
Right on.
jscrock0@gmail.com. Just send me email with the subject Can Man.
Why don't you just make a Can Man email? Just like.
It's too much work.
canman@gmail.com.
No, I like
just be like jscrock0. Fucking doesn't really flow off the tongue.
Fucking jscrock0@gmail.com for all of your can and pressure washing related needs. I'm your man. I'll put it in your can or whatever the fuck our slogan is. I don't know. I don't have to ask my boss.
Yeah, sorry for making the entire first hour about my work issue.
It's okay. You feel better, buddy? No.
I'm not at like a 10 anymore, but now I feel dumb for like trying to explain the intricacies of DoorDash on the podcast. And
it's okay.
That's gay. That's not good content.
It's fine.
But it's whatever. I was supposed to work all day, and that happened, and I called Joe, and I was like, "Can we record right now?" That's fucking bullshit just happened. I just spazzed out on a bunch of Wendy's employees.
I'm happy you could come here and unburden yourself, and I genuinely mean that.
That's the freedom of gig work.
That's all right. On that note, we're out. Thanks for listening. Go fuck yourself.
You.